All right, welcome everybody. We've made it to the Twin 125s here for the Hard to Drive 300 week of festivities. Welcome everybody from Bottom Split, and thank you for the raid. I was excited. I thought you guys were gonna do a meme broadcast, but you know, that's fine. You want to sit back, relax, watch the show, feel free. We've got practice going on right now, and we got Blake Reynolds and Joshua Mendoza in the booth. How you guys doing?
Well, you know, I'm not that good of a driver, but I appreciate the compliment, Brian.
Mr. Blake McCandless, who is filling in for Blake Reynolds in the booth.
That's a better
oh
way
my
to
gosh, should I say Blake Reynolds? Oh my, wow, we're off to a great start. Too many Blakes,
That's
I guess.
worth at least a second race on the iRacing rigs at the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we're gonna have to end the broadcast now and start over. Clearly ruined.
Yeah. But
Pro
no, I'm glad
streamer.
to be here. And my goodness, just looking at these onboard shots right here, this is what I'm excited about. I'm excited to watch this first one and see how it goes. And then, of course, I'll hop in the car and get going for the second one. But we've seen a lot of drivers already, very eager. Basically, the entire track has been full for the entire practice session. Guys are really interested to see how this thing drives and how much different it is over the long run than what we've had the last few nights of qualifying.
Yeah, and can I get an audio check in the chat? Is everything sounding good on your guys' end? I just want to make sure that levels are good. I'm seeing good levels on my end. All right, Landon says good. AJ says good. Okay, we've got some good audio. Thank you guys for coming. Now Blake McCandless, that you're gonna be in twin number 2. So as you guys know, we got 2 races tonight, and curious, Blake, which one do you think is gonna be the more of a barn burner type race?
You know, I'm thinking and leaning towards race 1 because I think we have so many people who are in the second race like myself that are going to be really looking at what these guys do, the type of strategies they pull, how much you're going to have to conserve the car over a long run. I think a lot of answers are going to be told in this race about how important that is and how much saving is going to matter, when to pit, if you even want to short pit the competition caution, if that's a possibility, how many yellows we might have. But I think the most important thing, Brian, and we're going to have to see this for the first time in this first race, restarts. I cannot stress enough. I don't know why. I usually don't hear guys practicing restarts, but I decided to do it earlier today. And I'm just saying, once we get about 20 laps into this thing, if we get back going, oh boy, it's going to be entertaining to watch.
I think that's a great point, and you know, Josh is in the booth as well. He's gonna remind people to be very careful if we get on any restart, even the initial start. You can't really just mat these cars. And, Josh will be reminding them for every restart because there will be probably some restarts on the old tires. So.
It's important to remember they only have a tire set here, spare tire set, and they need to use it before the competition caution for the rules. So they're gonna at least have to run half of this race on one set of tires, and it's gonna be a tough one. A lot of thoughts on to the best way to properly manage those tires. Not something that you typically think about when you're just racing the normal A fixed car or something like that around the track. You really gotta conserve those tires.
Now, clarification for everybody out there, Brian. So you cannot take your tires after the competition caution. Does that mean during the competition caution that you can come down and take your set of tires?
That is what I got asked about 5 times today, and yes, you can come down pit road on the competition caution, get your one and only set of tires. You can come sooner. Not advisable, but yeah, you can come down on that comp caution.
All right, it's hard to see here in practice, trying to see how much I can gauge off of what these guys are doing. Obviously, you're getting some neat little onboard shots right here. You see a lot of guys passing people, and of course, they're on different tire or length. Their tires are at a different age right now. And it'll be interesting to see when everybody's even. The racing lines that come in, you're not just going to see riding around the bottom in this car. You're going to see that middle groove come into play and probably be very important towards the second half of the run.
Yeah, we're going to see some passes on the outside tonight, specifically in turns 1 and 2. The way the radius of the turn is, it really tightens up off of turn 2, which gives that outside car an advantage, distinct advantage. If you can just get on the outside of somebody in 1 and 2, it's wow, as we've got a car flipping down the backstretch that came into the frame there. Not sure who that was, but that was pretty exciting. But yeah, it's gonna be. It's not gonna be the multi-groove racing of old really on iRacing that we've seen, but it's certainly gonna open up a little bit more than we're used to.
It is, and you know, one thing I think that. I think Parker kind of alluded to it yesterday after he made his run is, you know, and one thing that I've even had myself is just missing this, you know, having this much control where you feel like the race is kind of in your hands, the outcome is in your hands. You have a lot of, you know, skill that obviously comes into this. I mean, look at the names that we've had over here the last, we had 151 drivers show up. I mean, it was really just a who's who of the sim racing community and oval racing in general. And, you know, I think this is special because, you know, that's not exactly what we get right now. Everybody wants to harken back to an older time where, you know, it really felt like you had control and, you know, you had to really manhandle these cars. It was hard to drive for a reason. And, you know, I think that's why you've seen so many people come out for this event. Because they want to get back to it and they want to, you know, obviously see who's the best of it. You know, this is a throwback. We haven't seen guys racing this car in a while. I think there's going to be a lot of interest to see who's kind of still has it.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think in general there's a lot of guys that just haven't ever run this car before. They're not really in it to win it, so to speak. They're just excited to have an opportunity to run it in a really powerful field. I guess that's the way of putting it. It's just going to be a lot of really great drivers in this race in particular, and I definitely think I've talked to a lot of people actually. Kyle Putz said he was just happy to be here. He was happy to be able to make this race and just race against people. And if he's able to transfer in, he's able to transfer in. I talked to Colton Salick a little bit. He said, you know, he's worried a lot about the initial start of the race, you know, being on the outside and somebody spinning their tires. But, you know, he realizes that, you know, there's going to be some wrecks and you might get caught up in them. And it's, hey, you've got tomorrow. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But got the last chance races tomorrow. But I wanted to call your attention to this green line. So this green line on the ticker, I'll try to point to it right there. That's going to be our cutoff line. That's going to be your transfer spot right there, and P10 and P11 is obviously not going to transfer.
So. And one of the things that's just to consider, if I remember right, even if you're in that top 10, you want to be towards the front because that's going to give you a better qualifying position for the main event. So not being in 10th is not going to necessarily do you a whole lot in that main event if you're just trying to get up towards the front.
Yeah, exactly. We got about 5 minutes before we go here, and actually we can probably go a couple minutes early, Josh, just so we can actually take the green at 7:45.
Yeah, all right, we'll go ahead and do that. Let me just advance the session here.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to get my webcam off. I don't see it in the We'll just drag me off
We
the
want to
screen.
look at you though.
No. You're gonna drag me off the screen.
There's too much eye candy there.
Oh my goodness, no. If we could have a video of Blake, that would be ideal. But you're gonna have to settle for me. All right, we're gridding on the front straightaway. I thought it'd be gridding on pit road, but that's cool too.
We wanna kind of lay out the grid here for everybody.
Yeah, so I can go through. Try to change my camera angle here. We got Brandon Hawk on the pole here. We'll wait for people to grid up, I guess, or try to get these guys.
I don't think we have time.
And to confirm, it's the Colin Bowden who is getting sent to the rear of the field, correct?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Gonna be Colin Bowden. He's aware of that, so he'll be going to the rear.
You also got to bring up, I guess, the one thing that you often saw at this time period was DNQs. We can't list them all, but you got about we took about 158 times, 107, quick math. It's about 52 cars that DNQ'd for this one, so you hate to see it.
Yeah, we've got the pace car rolling, so we'll go through the order really quick here. Try to anyway. Brandon Hawk on the pole, and Alan Bose on the outside. I guess I'll take over since I'm clicking. We got Adam Gilliland and Garrett Lowe, row 2. Michael Guest, Bob Bryant. Let me change Bob Bryant there in the 77. Connor Horn, Brandon Cattell, Matt Campbell, Nicholas Morris, Dylan Alt, Colin Bowden going in the rear, Ryan Doucette, Blake Neer, Pedro Mojica, Andrew, I forget how to say his last name. Freenage, Presley, Garrison Hogan, Ryan Hunt, Anthony Burrows is not on the grid, Colton Salick, Andy Trupiano, Eddie Kerner. I forget how to say his name.
Click through. I can just Walsh, Kaplan, Iona Shu, Hinian, Abrametis, Bafford, Diallo, Hazard, Rushwood, G. Hagen, the Controller King, AJ Henderson, Chaitlin, Indelicado, Williams, Fisher, Bachman, Wineland, Kurtz. All right, green flag. Perfect timing.
Let's do it.
All right, and this is what we're going to be looking for. These restarts are going to be really interesting. It seems like everybody, at least on fresh tires, can get away pretty smoothly. We're already seeing 1, 2. I think I see a 3-wide battle back there around a Kurt Busch throwback, but it looks like Houck is able to get away pretty clean, and Bose and Gill in top 3 or 4 already single file. About 5. First 5 are about single file.
And we got the eye of the storm back here. It looks like AJ Henderson back in about 30th, so we're trying to keep an eye on both. We've got the lead battle here, but we're going to try to, keep an eye on that 10th place battle. Obviously, looks like Brandon Hawks out to an early lead.
He is. Garrett Lowe looks like he surrendered a couple of positions, started all the way up in 4th, if you can remember, but it seems like he's not contesting them very early on. And I think you'll see that from a lot of drivers who start up front. They know, oh, and we got trouble in turn 4 already. Oh, and it's a big wreck here. Several cars spinning. You see the Kurt Busch throwback is around. You see about five cars that are kind of parked in the middle of the track here. Oh boy, early on it looked like contact that stemmed. It was Ben Bafford, and it looks like Omar Diallo somehow got hooked together. One car to the outside wall. That's over Matis. And yeah, this is kind of the chaos we expected, Brian.
Yeah, we're queuing up the replay right now. Man, tough break. Looks like the 088 was a little anxious there into turn 3. Let's pull up the replay. We'll do it in slow-mo here. Looks like just got in the back of what is the 23? I forget.
Yeah, it looks. That's Ben Bafford.
Oh, Ben Bafford. Yeah, and they just got kind of tangled together there, and there's just nowhere to go for a lot of these guys. Oh man, that's a tough break. And let's see, who is that? We got
27 up into the wall. That is
who's
right off his name.
Who's
that? Is Obramatis.
Oh yeah,
Abramatis.
Tom. Yeah. Oh, and Tom just gets clipped there at the end.
This is a big break for Anthony Burrows, who actually missed the gridding.
Oh, and just barely squeaks by the 84. Oh my goodness. Jacob Fisher, who was a late entry, just barely got in this race. He's flashed before his eyes there. All right.
That was pretty crazy, and I think that's kind of a wreck that you typically don't see anymore with kind of the higher downforce that we have now. I don't think, and even Omar was over the game chat, he wasn't exactly trying to get into the corner. He wasn't trying to pass Baffert, but that is what this car creates is, you know, it's so hard to lift that even if you hit the brakes really hard, you're not going to slow this car down. You have so much horsepower that, I mean, Omar was just simply going a little bit faster than what Baffert was. He just a different entry point and just gets into the back of him, and it's so hard to lift if you're missing your entry point. Lifting and hitting the brakes isn't going to slow this car down a lot because of just how much you have to handle.
Yeah. Are we 1 to green right now?
It appears that we are. Lights are off the pace car.
Exciting. All right. Michael Guest up there in the top 5. Connor Horn. Dylan Alt. I mean, Dylan's doing a great job. He's been really impressive this whole event. And Bob Bryant, obviously one of the veterans of Sim. Garrett Lowe. He's very young, but got a lot of potential. A lot of drives for Wood Brothers in the NASCAR Coca-Cola Series. And right now we've got Ryan Doucette rounding out the top 10, and Andrew. I'm sorry, what was it? Freenage is rounding out the top 11. Oh, he looks like he's going to restart 12th actually on the outside. So got a lot of battles taking place for that transfer spot, but right now I wouldn't be concerned about that. I'd just be concerned about just surviving this one.
Yeah, I think this is what we wanted to watch, and again, this will get worse as we go along, is the age on these tires, how these restarts are going to look, because you can't full throttle down here into the tri-oval, and it looks like Brandon Hawk's able to get away pretty well. They're side by side for second. Adam Gilliland obviously was a DWC driver. We'll just call it DWC for tonight if it was back in the day. Obviously was running these race cars. We've seen a lot of those guys who were very, very strong in these cars at that time that have really shown themselves tonight, I think. Because of that, I mean, we were looking at Ray Alfali yesterday. I think you got to consider him a favorite to go out and win this thing just because of how dominant he used to be in these cars. And it looks like Gilliland's going to go by for the lead here.
Yeah, he's taking a look, but as we said, that outside is not out of the running. You know, you can kind of maintain your ground up there and put up a fight and get a run off of turn 2. It looks like Hawk's, you know, trying to save his tires a little bit more than Adam here, but you know, it's all a risk. How many spots do you give up early on to save your tires, and how many cautions are you going to get? It's really hard to manage.
Now, Brian, explain kind of what's going on with the competition yellow, because obviously these drivers, they have one set of tires, but you either have to take them before or at the competition yellow. So kind of what lap are we looking at here that these guys are really racing towards to kind of break up this race?
Yeah, we've got a competition caution, as you can see up top here. You know, I use my telestrator just to give you guys an idea where it is up here. We got the laps remaining. You can see that we're on lap 9. We'll have a competition caution on lap 39. So you cannot take your tires after that competition caution has fully completed and we go back green.
Well, it looks like it is settled out in the top 10, but boy, around here 15th, they are too wide, about 3 or 4 rows deep around here. Matt Campbell is a part of this, Nick Morse, Pedro is up here running as well, Ryan Hunt, and this is what I think what we're going to see a lot of is you get these 2 wide battles, and it's not exactly the cars that we have today where kind of the bottom line is going to be really dominant here in Atlanta. You're going to see the middle line here be able to hold off and be pretty strong right here.
Look at them, man. they're just gridlocked. There's just nowhere to go right now. It's oh, and 77 takes a look 3 wide. That's Bob Bryant, going to be a little aggressive here in that Dodge, that number 77 racer Dodge. Oh boy.
A lot of trust right there. Garrett Lowe is falling back very, very early. He's already back outside of a transfer spot in 13th.
Yeah, and for those of you who are looking for an additional broadcaster, we've got Ray Alfala coming in the booth. I just got confirmation he's going to be joining us for race number 2, as we've got a heck of a battle off of turn 2. I saw like 3 wide back there. I think it's amongst Anthony Burrows and that Office Depot machine. Unbelievable racing back here.
Yeah, this is, and the thing is, you kind of have to go pretty early. This is the battle for 30th. You are 20 positions behind a transfer spot. Oh man, one car. It's another Tony Stewart back that's in the 3rd lane here. Got shoved outside.
Oh yeah, Ethan was another late entry to this race. Just got added, and he's made up a ton of spots at the beginning of this race. He started dead last on the field. So he's already made up a lot of spots up in that Tony Stewart inspired paint scheme in the 14. I'll try to switch to it here. Ethan Kurtz, he's in the 014. So we've got another 14 in the field, but he put a little small O in front of the 14 to be able to run that scheme. All right, we'll try to fix the car volume, Liam. Thanks.
The battles that are going on here. You see the Gordon car on the inside. We've got Jimmy Johnson wheeling it right here. We still got the oh man, this battling for about 20th on back is insane right now. Jake Fisher going to the outside of Nick Morse. 2 by 2, 3. I mean, good grief, this is amazing.
Yeah, it certainly is. I'm gonna work on that volume real quick. So
you know, I'm a fan of the volume.
I like the volume too.
We don't hear the RPM screaming this loud all the time. Maybe the onboard shots, maybe a little loud, but I think it's sounding good.
All right.
Okay. The sound is driving good right now.
Let's we'll get another audio check. Oh my goodness, as Ethan Kurtz is loose off of turn 4. I mean, I don't even know what's going for the transfer spot. I think Bob Bryant just took it, but this is just incredible racing throughout the field. I guess we should probably move up to that transfer position. We got Bob Bryant taking a look on the 14. Looks like he's going to get by Blake Neer for that transfer position.
Yeah, Bryant started in 6th, fell back pretty quickly, and again, this is kind of the balance. Do you save, kind of like Garrett Lowe was, which Garrett Lowe continues to fall on back. He is all the way back to 16th right now. So Garrett Lowe awfully slow. And by the way, a shout out to Landon Castle, who just gifted a ton of subs, 10 to Brian's channel. So Landon, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
We are we're looking a little bit better now as far as not losing money for this event. I really appreciate it, Landon. I'm putting up $500 of my own money here, so and taking the week off of work, so we can put this amazing event on. And I had jitters the whole day. I was looking forward to this so much.
And I was about to say, no production costs either. This man Brian did this all on his own. Obviously done a great job. Attracted an incredible group of drivers, a who's who of iRacing here. And obviously you're seeing the benefit of it right now. Not too much going on up in the top 10, but still back here for 20th. Still side by side. Jacob Fisher, Eddie Kerner, the Eddie Ball scheme. Can't wait to see Derek Justice bowling that down an alley at some point here in the near future.
Yeah, let's take a look at Eddie's scheme real quick. If I can find it. Right behind Garrett. Yeah, we've got it on screen. It's that really bright car you see there. We'll switch to Far Chase. You can take a closer look. That's a beautiful scheme, if I might say so myself.
It really is. One car, though, Jacob Fisher, I'm riding on board with him. He started all the way back in 39th, worked his way up into 20th, but the rear tires are not agreeing with that car right now. Whenever he puts the throttle down, they are spinning, and you can see the 84 dropping bad as he cuts down I believe, in front of Nick Morse right there, and he is struggling big time with the handling of that race car, and that's the type of thing we've been looking for, the long run speed that you need in this car. With the drastic tire fall off at Atlanta, you need to watch it. And it looks like Fisher, maybe one of those examples guys are going to circle on looking at the second race, that, oh, you need to save it. Look at how much he's wheeling it on the tri-oval.
Oh, my goodness. Back in 23rd,
Oh,
you know, this is where you might find a little bit of desperation, but if I'm back in the 20s, I'm not going to be too concerned. I'm going to try to save my tires. Shout out to Kevin King, gifting more subs. Really appreciate it, Kevin. Looking forward to seeing your sub driver later, Danny Hansen. So that's looking good. Wow, just too many battles to really cover right now. But that top 10 is holding strong. It looks like Bob Bryant's still in that transfer position.
He still is, and oh man, they are getting hairy. They're going 3 wide here for 30th. Cosman, Eric Wineland, they are back here. Oh man, this is for 30th, and they are still going at it, still haven't wrecked.
Josh, are we sure they haven't wrecked yet?
Oh, I don't know, Josh. We'll throw that to you, Josh. Have they wrecked yet?
I'm sitting up here in the Goodyear blimp, and it's looking good out there.
I can't believe
it is.
man.
Eric Justice with the 10.
Oh,
one car into the wall. Oh, man, he about hit the wall, but he keeps the Napa Toyota between the lines. But this is where you're really strong. Oh, trouble, but he saves it. That's Jesse Kaplan.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, too much
man.
going on here. We got Derek Justice gifting subs. Thank you so much, Derek. Wish you could be out here.
By the way, Alan Bose took the lead. Of course, we're looking so much further back in the pack that, you know, a lot of the top 10 we may not be looking for. But Alan Bose and anybody who was keeping up with Road to Pro, this doesn't surprise you to see this guy out front. He's taking the lead from Adam Gilliland. Top 10 separated by about 3 seconds. All, for the most part, pretty single file. Bryant still hanging on to that last transfer spot. Blake Neer still trying to do his best in 11th, but this is where we're going to really have to watch the back half of this field, because this is when those tires, we've already seen a couple drivers really struggling with it.
Yeah, we certainly have. Where do we want to go in the field? We've got so much to cover outside the top 10. Looks like Eddie Kerner's up to 17th. Making a look for 16th here on Jeff Gordon, who is Colin Bowden.
I would imagine Eddie is going to be pretty competitive here.
Oh, I heard something. Oh, no.
Oh, no, somebody's dying. Oh, man. Oh, that's Nick Morse.
Oh, no. Are we going to...
However, he is out of the racing groove.
He is out of the racing groove, and I'm sorry to say, but I think that's probably the end of his night regardless. We saw that car upside down.
Well, it looks like Nick Morse, he got turned. It looks like contact with Olson Walsh sent him around. I think he tagged Jake Fisher on the way down, and yep, it looks like the 84 may have gotten him, but I don't think it got him any damage. So single car accident. Oh boy.
Oh my goodness.
Out of the racing group though, so we still take green.
We're gonna go live. Let's go live. Looks like he's gonna He's gonna keep it out there. I guess the damage model of these cars is not up to standards with the rest of the service, but we got Alan Bose still leading the way.
Also, one thing to report to you, Brian. Josh told me that his power is out. So.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
If you want to resume some kind of do two-part here, maybe do some race control duties.
Oh, jeez. Our race control. Okay. Well, you know, Blake, if I can give you admin in the server, you want to take a look at everything too and make sure we're not missing anything?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Gosh, how can I find you?
Well, I'm a spectator, so.
I don't think I can give you admin through spectator.
I don't think so, and I can't get in the server because I'm not in the league.
Okay, because I have voice chat muted. Just can you come? I don't know if you come over voice chat and tell them that we have our race director that's lost internet.
I can only talk in spectators, so that's.
Oh shoot. Okay. Well, if anybody is able to communicate with the drivers in the race, tell them we don't have a race admin right now. We're gonna call the comp caution at lap 39. But yeah, we're gonna try to stay on top of it. Looks like these guys are keeping it clean, and I'm very thankful for that, because otherwise we'd have a real disaster on our hands.
looks like we would. Battle up front for the race lead as Michael Guest about took it from Alan Bowes. Bowes a little bit loose, though, and this is where you're really starting to see those guys that were able to save up front really starting to make their way forward. Michael Guest looks awfully sporty in that Morgan, what's that word there? Can't see that. It looks called the Morgan Chevrolet, but nevertheless, now he's getting challenged from Connor Horn.
Yeah, and
just wanted to let you guys know my power just went out, so I'm getting set back up again.
All right. Well, we appreciate that, Josh. We're trying to keep an eye on everything. We know, things happen. Wow, there's a lot of people gifting in the chat. Can't quite keep up with it. I'm just gonna have to thank you guys a little bit later, but we've got so many battles going on. I'm trying to keep track of speeds, on A2VO, just make sure nobody's crashing in the middle of the field here.
I know we've seen a couple of cars, some single car spins that wouldn't exactly be costing. Matthew Bachman, it looks like Ben Baffert got some more damage to his car. Nick Morse, I believe, came out for a split second, but that car, the toes knocked out on it so bad. He's not going to be able to continue. We'll have to go to LCQ. But there you see on your screen, how about it, Ryan Doucette starting to march forward. He started 13th, and he's all the way almost up here to the front of the field.
Yeah, my goodness, we've got side-by-side racing, like competitive multi-group racing in 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. I really wasn't expecting that. I thought if you got positioned down the backstretch, as our leader gets loose, Alan Bowes, I don't know. Did he run a little too hard, Blake? You're the driver here.
I would actually say that the former Coke driver probably has more authority than me to speak on these matters. But, oh, man, Doucette, they're looking 3 almost for a second. It's the 67 of Connor Horn. And this is where I think that transition is going to happen. The middle, it's going to be hard for Doucette to pass on the bottom right here. As I say that, look at him go, and he's going to have the race lead off it too. He's going to clear Alan Bowes, who's starting to slip and slide a little bit. So move the Zoo Pals plates, clean it, and you'll see it at the front of the field right now. Doucette to the top of the board.
Awesome. Wow. Look at this run. We're on board. Michael Guest, huge run on the outside off turn 4.
3 wide.
Just absolutely wheeling it right now.
And they split Alan Bowes right there, and perhaps Bowes pushed it just a little too hard here early. And you got to think Bowes, you can't really blame him for pushing it, right? You're still going to be in a transfer spot. Maybe you just kind of want to test things out. But a lot of drivers who kind of went too early are starting to feel the wrath of it right now. Adam Gilliland, he was the race leader, and all of a sudden he's fallen back to 10th. He might be out of a transfer. Garrett Lowe, who we mentioned, was falling back to 16th. Well, guess what? He's all the way up to 9th, and he's about 2.5 tenths faster than our race leader right now. So Garrett Lowe is on the march.
Yeah, and giving up a spot is Andrew, and he's in that Dale Jr. throwback. I really like that one. We're going to have a paint scheme competition with these guys. The best paint scheme is going to win a custom diecast per fan vote, so be on the lookout for that on Twitter. But I'm trying to find some good battles. I think, Brandon Cattell back here in the Jimmy Johnson inspired scheme, obviously, in the 11th place position, not quite inside that window yet, as we've got, looks like somebody's slow back here. It looks like the 19. Let me get a...
Elliott Sadler paint scheme. That is Caden Rush, 024 on your scoring chart.
Saw him get a little loose and almost hit the wall, I think, on the front stretch. Looks like there's a little damage on that car. I'm just so impressed that these guys are able to just hold on to this thing for this long, and we haven't had a yellow. This is incredible.
We got 3 wide right now for about 5th or 6th, just on the front stretch.
Oh boy. The battle's heating up for 5th. Incredible racing. These guys, they're probably just sitting back waiting for that comp caution to get as many. Well, they're not sitting back. They're trying to improve their track position right now because they know that comp caution is coming in just 3 laps.
Yeah, and it looks like Bob Bryant was kind of another one of those guys that kind of took it easy at the beginning and is really starting to flex his muscles in the E-Racer Dodge. Here and Garrett Lowe are going side by side, and they are running just inches off of each other. Bryant gonna look 3 off at 2, but it looks like Brandon Hawk kind of shut the door on him, so he has to kind of regroup right there. Would have been an aggressive move to go 3 wide, but we're seeing it now that guys are able to save pretty hard and move their way up. How about Colton Salick started 21st? He's marching his way up through the field. He's all the way up to 13th position. He was kind of on the high side of a couple of battles, but he's done a nice job working his way forward.
Okay, so we got a question from the chat. Kimmy, she's wondering where Controller King AJ is, and he's showing up on our scoring as CAJ. So didn't expect that, but he's in that bright orange number car, number 023. Wow, can't miss that one, guys. So be on the lookout. He said he's just gonna be patient, wait for this calm caution, just try to avoid maybe some chaos a little bit later on.
Maybe, but Ryan Doucette is checking out on this field. He's going to have roughly, I think it's going to be over a second and a half on the field when we come back around and take the competition caution.
I believe
but
this is
what an impressive. I know there's no points in, and we see the competition caution from race control right there, but what an impressive performance from Doucette. Marches up 13 positions, runs all the way through the top 10 of, mind you, Coca-Cola Series drivers, former Coke Series drivers, the best in the business. And, I mean, just pulls away from everybody. And really impressive run right there put together by Doucette.
Yeah, no surprise there for anybody who was in the practice races. He was really, really fast. Pulled away from a lot of really good drivers. And this seems to really suit his style. Some of these guys say it doesn't suit their style, but they're having fun anyway. Glad that those people still decided to race. I'm looking forward to pit stops. You have to pit here if you're gonna take your tires. You have to take them now. You can choose not to change them the whole race, but you probably want to take them right now.
No.
You won't make it the whole race without blowing a tire.
No, you won't. And now, so this is another thing that we were talking about, going from stopping from really no speed to getting out of your pit stall again.
Oh.
These guys are used to, as the cone takes a little dive there into the infield, getting out of your pit stall is going to be, I think, really interesting for these guys to see how many of them spin their tires out of their pit stall.
Yeah, and it's amazing to just see this number of cars come down and pit. It looks like Caden Rush might have missed his stall, but take a look and see who can win the race off. It looks like Doucette's going to hold serve, and wow, look at all those cars we still have on the lead lap, guys. This is incredible.
Yeah, didn't see anybody get lapped other than a couple of drivers that we have to report that have maybe gone behind the wall. Tom Abramatis will get the lucky dog here. His machine is pretty torn up, but otherwise, a couple of drivers will not see the checker flag in this thing. Matthew Bachman, Ben Badford, Nicholas Morse, and Tyler Wood. Looks like their nights are done. They've taken it to the garage, and they're done. And now you're seeing a bunch of posts in the chat. Don't know. You and I both know this, Brian, that we're drivers on this service. You can inflate your numbers a little bit, make it maybe sound a little bit better, but the tire reports, as long as they're accurate, are pretty insane from what I'm reading. Some drivers down within 20% of blowing their tires, some with 30, most are around 40 or 50, but I mean, some of them down in the 20s are probably a couple of laps from just blowing the thing outright.
Yeah, and we set the usage at 100% track state, so that was giving them the most we possibly could as far as we could have started the track state at 0, and we would have seen guys need to pit at lap 20. But obviously, we want to see guys race. We want to see them push it hard. We don't want to see them just mega saving, going 90%. That's not what we want. We want to see some action. So I think that was probably a good call, and we got some tips, from the drivers themselves that what they wanted to see. So I think this is putting on quite the show. I've never seen this before in iRacing. How amazing this looks visually.
I was about to say, just even these guys pacing down the straightaway. So obviously in iRacing, you go into the corners, the rubber will build up, and obviously you see the track continue to get darker there in the center of the corner. But look at the tri-oval and look at the front straightaway. I don't think I've ever seen in a race this much rubber being laid down on the straightaway. I mean, look at that. You never see that, and that's because these guys are sliding around, laying down so much rubber. I mean, you could see the groove on the front straightaway. That is insane, right? I mean, circle that with the telestrator. I mean, that's incredible.
let me try. Yeah, there we go. Nice shot. You've got. Look, this is what Blake's talking about right here, guys. This is a ton of rubber getting laid down, making for some really great action for y'all. Guys are able to push it a little bit harder. It looks like, are we 1 to green here?
It looks like it. And of course, you also have to mention we're about halfway through, so that's gonna get worse as we continue to go on. But we got through that first stint. Only really had one huge wreck that brought out a caution. You get everybody a chance to feel themselves out, know what kind of car they have. This is where things can get interesting. Everybody knows where they are, how much to save. They have enough laps on the track. Track's heated up. This is where these things are really going to get crazy. You're going to see a lot of desperation around this cutoff here in about 10.
Yeah, we got to watch out for that tire spin. These guys have been, very used to the old tires, so they're going to have some grip now, but trying to remind them in the chat that, this is... We want it to stay clean and green like it has been. Wouldn't mind seeing a couple of wrecks, This little fender banging, but, Oh, we got a car around. Looks like he's out of the way, though. I don't think that... Oh, yeah, I don't... Looks like... Who was that back there?
Sorry about that. I thought he was coming back in front, and then he held the race a little bit more.
That's all good.
Yeah, it was Gillis Chaitlin back here running the Me paint scheme, and yeah, the tire spin is one thing I think we would see a lot of if we got about 10 or 15 laps on a run and then had a caution. But, even early on, we see it right after getting fresh ones. No better feeling in the world than picking up fresh tires and being able to go about 2.5 seconds faster than what you just were. But, this is the other part of it, and a lot of drivers really felt it in qualifying. You sit on pit road for a long time. You got those tires cooled down. On cold tires, there is no grip whatsoever. So it'll be interesting to see if we get another yellow here, another cycle where these guys continue to cool down their tires, how they'll handle it.
Yeah, some guys are saying Nick Morris wasn't a caution, flipping, and that guy was, but I think our race director was a little eager to be on the careful side, because everybody's jumbled up on these restarts. Well, you gotta realize Josh is gonna be extra careful on the restarts, just because we really don't want to see the whole field junk it, and we'll make sure to try to be as consistent as possible. But at the end of the day,
I gotta ask, somebody flipped because I had my power out, so I didn't get to see that.
Well,
I mean,
you know what?
They flipped by themselves.
They did flip by themselves. So you're totally off the hook, Josh. There was
the car was damaged in the flipping of Nick Morris.
And I don't feel bad because Nick wasn't gonna, probably contend for a top 10 finish regardless. I would have kept it green in my book. Even if he's flipping, he's out of the way. We're not here to sit around under yellow. So
if you drive under the wreck, it's not track blocking, is it?
Yeah, exactly. True. If you're in the air, how can it block the track? We said we were going to throw yellows for track blocking. So yeah, we're going to try to keep it clean, even if we have, I think 3-4 guys, wrecking the back. I think at this point, the guys that really have a shot at transferring in here are probably in the top 30. So yeah, and we want to see some some tire saving and stuff by the end of this deal.
Oh, come on.
Well,
what was that, Blake? In the back, 14 just got I don't know if he was texting and driving, but we got anger. We got anger. 14 and 63 are not happy with each other.
Okay, a little frustration here going on, but
well-deserved frustration from Chris Henyon's part there. 14 just came out of nowhere and just destroyed his rear end.
So Blake Neer, he was, I mean, I guess he fell back a little bit, but he was up in about 17th. I guess that was a pit road speeding penalty because he restarted pretty much dead last. So yeah, I guess he sped on pit road. So obviously Blake Neer, pretty frustrated. And that's one thing you got to do. You got to execute on pit road. All that track position you gain over that first stint. If you speed, obviously you lose all of it. He's going to have to really kind of climb and kind of claw his way back into the top 10 if he wants a shot to transfer on.
Yeah, and I hate to break it to these guys, you know, back 27th or so, 26th or so on back, you know, if they get caught up in the wreck, I wouldn't count on a yellow. I really wouldn't bank on there one happening. So you got to kind of keep your foot in it if you're back there. You know, obviously we've got a track blocker around 20th. We're definitely going to throw it. But yeah, bad news for those guys.
Yeah, it seems like we're getting quite a lengthy yellow here. Looks like we'll get the one to go this time by. Yep, lights go off on the pace car. But this took a pretty decent chunk. I mean, when you think about how much these guys were falling off after about 39 laps, taking about 4 or 5 laps out of it, you know, that plays into the guys that had that short run speed. And of course, we get another yellow flag. It continues to build on that. So I think the aggression level is definitely going to pick up. I think there's no question about that, especially around that transfer spot. So we'll see how hard guys are willing to push it. They have to balance having track position, but also knowing how important it is to save their tires on this run. We'll have to see.
Yeah, and Ryan Doucette up 12 spots from his starting position. So, my goodness, that's it's quite a drive for the 077 there. And he should be awful proud of that regardless of how this plays out. Michael Guest going to line up on the outside. Driver for Austin Dillon in the Coca-Cola Series. Bob Bryant, another one of those Coca-Cola Series drivers. Alan Bowes going to be in the Pro Series. Garrett Lowe in the World Championship, obviously made the playoffs. So really the who's who of sim racing up here as we take the green.
It looks like everybody so far so good, even here in the back of the field. But you see that battle starting to brew already. Bob Bryant representing BKE there on the bottom. Burton Kligerman Esports. We saw him march through the field late in that last run. He's going to try to make the bottom work. A lot of cars starting to use the middle already, though. And they are 3 wide right now for just a moment around Garrett Lowe. We see, I don't think there's any change in the strategy for the 21 car. Is pretty much taking it easy last run, and I don't think he's going to change things up right now. He moves back, and he's going to get past for 10th with Colton Salick now on the high side. He's slowly marched his way through the field. He's now in the top 10.
Yeah, Colton Salick in that pure black number car. He didn't have a paint scheme for this one. So with the all black scheme, I kind of like it.
Yeah, I like it as well. And Salick done a nice job to move his way through the field. He now holds 9th. Garrett Lowe right now has control at the final transfer spot. Now Matt Campbell looking to the outside. He's got Dylan Alt right next to him. So 2 wide battle around Garrett Lowe. As it looks like Gilliland going to save a little bit here. Low in control.
Wow.
Oh, they're 3 wide behind him.
Aggressive move, Brandon Cattell, and we got another Jimmie Johnson car following closely. Oh, man, that's Brandon Cattell in the first Jimmie Johnson car, and then we've got Garrison Hogan right behind, also in a Jimmie Johnson car. You guys are not seeing double. Jimmie Johnson madness. What a tribute to the 7-time champion. Gotta love it, honestly.
You do, and they're battling pretty viciously behind them as they're able to sort it out behind the Lowe's Chevrolets, Cobalt Tools Machines. Dylan Alt right now, he's on the high side. He kind of fell off the end of that first run, and he's trying to hold steady here on the high side. Eddie Kerner still not in a transfer spot. Didn't think we'd be saying that at this part of the night, but Kerner right on the outside. A huge checkup on the bottom, right around those JJ machines. Yeah. Kerner has to hold on the brakes, and that's going to allow Alt to move up a couple of spots there. There's a huge checkup on that inside line behind, I think it was Garrett Lowe.
And another Jimmie Johnson tribute. We're going to go, you know, single file 3 Jimmie Johnson cars in a row. Why not?
Yeah, a lot of Jimmie Johnson cars. Oh, trouble here in turn 3. 1 car is on the inside. 2 cars spun into the inside. 1 hits pit road. It is Ethan Kurtz that is down here on the apron. Jacob Fisher is as well.
I think we're going to keep it green.
But they stay out of the way.
Oh, yeah. It looks like Ethan Kurtz is involved. Tough break. He was having a great run. Oh, man. Yeah, I think we're going to keep it green, guys. Looks like it. Oh, man. Got Matt Campbell up here in 10th. Oh, let's go take a look at that real quick. I'm going to rewind. See what happened here. Oh, trouble in front of him. It looks like the 84 machine. Oh, it even started ahead of that. Wow.
Yeah, it looks like Jacob Fisher got loose. Single car spin right there.
Yeah,
and obviously 14 in a separate incident hits the wall. So.
Yeah, just a bunch of stuff happening there. We'll have to go back and look at this.
Yeah, Fisher doesn't tag anybody. Single car spin in the middle.
Yeah, I think we'll, you know, like we said, we were pretty fair about that. We said, as we've got a heck of a battle here for, it's like the 12th place position. We said, you know, after that one we kind of messed up on the restart. We're going to be pretty strict about those yellows, and that was back in the back, so we're going to have to keep it green.
All right, Brandon Cattell going to go by. I believe that's Garrett Lowe. There's a couple of 21 schemes out here, as well as a couple of Jimmie Johnson schemes. You can see Cattell right there. He's going to be the first spot out, as they are still 2 by 2, about 3 rows deep. Hogan able to go by. Dylan Alt is going to go by Garrett Lowe, and you know, obviously we know Garrett's going to have the speed later in the run, but is losing. Man,
that's going to probably.
He saved
it. Saved it. Caution. Okay, man.
Oh, what a job Ryan Hunt did there. They were hitting around Johnson and Logano machine. A couple of cars get tagged in that. A little bit of damage. Jesse Kaplan is going to get some damage there. Looks like who else were they tagging right there? It looks like AJ Henderson. He gets a lot of front end damage on that.
Oh, that's too bad for AJ. Oh man, let's go back and take a look. Oh yeah, it started ahead of him. Looks like Ryan Hunt got a little loose. Let's take a look from this view here. Yeah, that 48 just looks like it was a little bit of net code, perhaps. Oh, yeah, I mean, it was close, but 48 just kind of drifts up a little bit, and not a whole lot of mistakes there. Just ended up, you know, collecting a couple people, and we were just worried that was around 20th. So, like, we were pretty consistent, you know. We said around 20th, you know, we're going to be really careful not to collect the back half of the field. So Josh made a good call there. Bring out the yellow, and we'll keep moving forward.
You know, the one thing I'm really interested in, this is kind of the litmus test here for what we were talking about earlier, these restarts here. You get this many tires on, or get this many laps on your tires. We get about 20 laps in here. This is where it's really going to be interesting to see. We obviously saw a couple of cars not able to handle those restarts very early on. It's not going to be any easier now that we've got about 20 laps. You have no opportunity to take them on pit road. So this is really going to be, I think, the first time that we get to see those guys really who can hook up on these restarts, because it's going to take a while. Even if we don't see any spins, being able to execute and kind of get the tires hooked up is going to be just really, really crucial to getting away here. And I think being on the high side, Brian, is going to be very important. I think if you're on the low side here, and that's not just up front, that's anywhere in the field, I think being on the low side here might be a little bit of a disadvantage.
Yeah, and we got a little action here on pit road. Looks like we've got a few cars that are out of the race. We want to update you on that. We got Jacob Fisher that was involved in that wreck earlier. Ben Bafford, Matthew Bachman, Nicholas Morris, obviously, and Tyler Wood had issues actually getting started this race. I'm not sure if he just missed the grid or what, but Tyler Wood obviously out of the race. And other than that, we got Chris Hennion, last car on the lead lap. Appears he's one of my buddies that I've been friends with for a long time in the community, and just got caught up in I guess a wreck under yellow. I just wanted to give him a quick shout out, but man, he was feeling confident about this one too. I think he was just taking his time, just not out of it yet though. So, but there's a lot of guys sub 30 that you're kind of surprised by. You got Presley Sora, who definitely I was thinking was going to be one of the contenders for that top 10 spot. I think he put in some practice. We got people spamming Eddie Ball in the chat. Let's give Eddie some love here. Where's Eddie running? He's 19th right now.
Yeah, Eddie Ball is running in 19th, and he really had to kind of check up for that incident in front of him. It cost him about 4 or 5 spots there. He was able to get around it, but definitely had to do some maneuvering to try and get his race car in a safe spot. Now he's going to have to kind of bowl through the field here, no pun intended, to try and move up. He's got to work himself about 10 spots further forward if he wants a chance to compete here. And he's got, you got a list of who's who in front of you. Brandon Cattell, Firecracker 400 winner, and obviously was in the Coke Series this past year. Dylan Alt's been awfully strong on the short run. Garrett Lowe, who's fallen back, saving his tires. You got a lot of competitive cars in front of you. This is where it's going to be really competitive. That 12th to 19th, 20th range is where guys are really going to start dicing it up here.
And Colin Bowden up in a spot to fight for a transfer in a backup car. We saw that car nose into the wall head first. What a recovery. He's had a great race so far. I told him on Twitter, like, hey man, you're gonna have to go to the back, and he's like, yeah, I know. Seemed pretty confident, like he's gonna drive through the field or something.
Yeah, great job by that team putting together a car that was just as good as the primary. Obviously looks pretty sporty, so the guys on the 24 team did a pretty solid job there. But this is what we're going to see, this restart. Who's going to be able to hang on these old tires?
Yeah, and for those of you new to sim racing, we're just making a joke with the backup car, but he did have to start in the back because he did wreck in qualifying. I know we got a lot of new viewers out there. Let's see. Wow. Ryan Doucette way out there, Blake.
Doucette was out there. They looked 3 around Gilliland for a second, and now Connor Horn going to try to challenge here. This is for 3rd. Horn going to go to the bottom, wraps around the bottom, running, I guess, what's kind of been termed the Kevin Harvick line here. Oh, and they're
big wreck off before. I think we're gonna need a yellow for that. Yep, that's definitely a track blocker. Oh, all right. My goodness.
Trouble off of turn 4, and that was 3 wide, battling for about 20th. Jesse Kaplan is involved. It looks like A.J. Henderson, heavy damage on his machine. The 76 of Olson Walsh. We saw one car up and over and on his roof. That was the 02 of Kaplan who came across there. Wow, pretty much everybody on back here. Thomas Hazard is involved in it. Presley Sora got a piece of it as well. Blake Neer amazingly able to sneak on through, it looks like, but oh man, several cars involved in this one. Joe Nemechek throwback, definitely didn't go unnoticed here running that machine. Looks like Andy Trupiano may have, he got a lot of damage on his Toyota, so big accident there.
Yeah, I'm queuing up the replay right now. Let's see what I was able to queue up here. On board RJ Williams. And trouble ahead. Oh, it's just there's nowhere to go, guys. We really had no choice there. That was unfortunate for a lot of those guys. Oof.
I know I'm hearing Cosman Cosme Ioneshu's onboard may have been a good way to look through that. The Irwin Tools machine.
We'll take an outside look here for a second. Oh my goodness. Hold on. I apologize. Let me go back. We got the O2 that takes the worst ride of them all, it appears. Oh my.
Near
wow.
slams into the back. And obviously, yeah, Kaplan is kind of around where all that started. And obviously, he gets the brunt end of it. All this horsepower just sends him up in the air. Everybody plowing in the back of him. And that's where you see it. Yeah, Kaplan just got into the back of, it looks like the 46 machine as they were working through 3 and 4. That was Olson Walsh who was directly in front of him. Walsh does a pretty nice job of saving it, and then Kaplan kind of drives back into him as he's trying to collect the race car.
Yeah, the 76 he was just trying to hold on to it and had to come back down the track a little bit, and yeah, just not much the 76 could do in that situation. Probably really caught off guard by that. Oh man, wow. That was a tough break for a lot of those guys. And Caden Rush. Oh, Caden. That clipped right at the end. That's a shame. We'll go back to live now.
All right. Well, again, that continues to just wind down laps on those guys that thought they may have saved their tires well enough. This is hurting their strategy. They were obviously hoping they could go a little bit longer under green, save those tires, and be able to use that at the end. So guys like Garrett Lowe, we've seen him a couple of times get all the way back into about the 15th or 16th position. Unfortunately, he's going to have to work through pretty quickly here and not have that advantage that he had to end that last run.
Yeah, and you know what, Blake, I'm kind of kicking myself for even putting a competition caution in lap 39. I had no idea those first 39 laps would be as clean as they were, and part of me wanted to see that just stay green and just finish this off very organically, but I was thinking we'd have way more yellows to start the race, and it wouldn't really be a big deal to have a competition caution halfway through, but throwing a little bit of a wrench in this one. Obviously it's frustrating for the drivers to get caught up in something, but I hope everybody's having fun still. That first run, I don't see how anybody was not having fun that one. As we get the one to green.
One to green, and you see it on your board right there. It's Doucette, Bose, Bryant, Horn, Hawk, Freenage, who's worked his way into the top 10. Michael Guest, Gilliland Cattell, and Colton Salick right now holding on to that final transfer spot. Matt Campbell and both Dylan Alt were kind of marching their way forward. Colin Bowden, we mentioned him in the backup car, right up there near the top 15. Eddie Kerner was only able to get to 17th before that accident, but a good portion of the field behind him was involved in that last accident. So it's really about 20 cars here that are still pretty clean and have a chance at this thing. We'll have to see, again, another restart on these cold tires and worn tires. We'll see who can hang on.
Yeah, you definitely want a little heat in these things to work. Ryan Doucette leading the way, though, still. He's been flawless, and thankfully none of these yellows have really affected the top 10. It's just affecting the drivers, in the 15th to 20th range to be able to capitalize and get back up near the front of this field.
Well, and it looks like Ryan Hunt got the worst jump off of that as he was a little bit loose. Now we're going to look 3 wide. Colin Bowden to the inside of Matt Campbell. Oh, they almost get into the back of Salick. It looks like Bowden's going to chase it up to track. Does Alt go 3? Oh, he gets the door shut on him as they continue to slide here through the tri-oval. An aggressive move by Bowden pays off. He's up to 11th. He's one spot behind Salick to transfer in, and now that may be a battle as well.
Yeah, Colton Salick, he told us how much this race meant to him. He was really excited for it, and right now in a transfer position. Wow, the nerves inside that 9 car right now, that's the transfer spot, guys. Colton Salick. I'd be a little bit nervous with Colin Bowden, a hard charger coming from behind. That's got to be intimidating.
That's a nice Discord you got there, Brian.
Oh, jeez.
There we go. All right, but still battling pretty hard around that transfer position. Salick on the high side, and this is what I thought we were going to see a lot more of. Guys going to that middle lane to kind of defend here on the short run. I think it's a good spot to be, and they're still side by side directly ahead of them. Hawk and Guest are side by side. Cattell is starting to work his way.
Oh, no!
Oh, and the 53 is around.
That's
going to take out a lot of them. He gets into the 49 machine. That's Matt Campbell. Brandon Hawk is stopped on the track here. The caution flag is out. And that looks like some contact as Guest. This is what we were talking about, Brian. Getting loose on the straightaway. It looks like Guest got a little loose, came down. Hawk maybe drifted up a little bit, but they get stuck together, and Hawk goes around on the entry of turn 1, and unfortunately Matt Campbell gets tagged in. At caution flag is out.
Yeah, and that was up, gosh, that was well within the top 10 there. Oh, gosh, That's heartbreaking for Brandon, a former winner here in the Coke Series at Atlanta Motor Speedway. So obviously, no surprise he was up near the front. Let's do a little slow mo here. See what happened. We've got.
And I think
I'll show you guys. We got Brandon Hawk right here, and
I think you're gonna watch Guest. And you see Guest just kind of drifts down the track.
Yeah.
A little bit, I think. And again, that was nothing intentional. That's how hard these cars are to drive. He gets a lot of damage. He slams into the wall. And again, that is just being loose. That is him chasing it on the straightaway. These cars, I did a lot of testing. These cars are harder to drive in the Tri-Oval than probably anywhere on this racetrack. And you can see it right there. Michael Guest, obviously been around a long time, one of the best drivers in iRacing. That's just what you're dealing with this car. You're getting loose. Being side by side in the Tri-Oval is very hard in this with this package, and so you just see it right there. He gets a little loose. Hawk maybe comes up a little bit, gets a little tight, but yeah, it's just so difficult with these cars.
Yeah, I couldn't have put it better, Blake. I mean, that's what it was. It's just product of, we're really pushing the limits of this tire model with this car. And, a lot of people have said, oh man, V6, this would be even better race. And I have to agree, it's a little edgy on that straightaway there. And I don't know if we really had that with the V6. So, we're just pushing the limits here, guys, with the sim. And, we want control over the cautions. We're pushing the limits there. We're pushing the limits in a lot of ways. So let's go back to live here under caution. So we're gonna have some hiccups along the way. We really appreciate you guys just being understanding that this is a special event and and it's live. There's gonna be raw, crazy, wild things that happen in the split second. Where you don't know what the right decision is or what the right call is. Like this whole event, I've just been pondering what's going to make for the best race and kicking myself for that competition caution but you know what, it's it's not like there's a lack of action, we'll say that.
Oh, absolutely not. And honestly, I do like the idea of the competition yellow. I think anybody that especially has run Homestead here recently has kind of seen, the last thing you kind of want is to limit a set of tires and have this come down to, well, when's the last caution and do you pit at the right time? I don't think anybody wanted to see that kind of determine the outcome of this race. We wanted to see that long run, and if they couldn't handle the car, of course that's just part of it. If we have some accidents that end up happening because these cars are hard to drive, well, the drivers need to figure it out. That's definitely nothing on the format, but it forces these guys to think long run, but also it gives these guys a competitive chance. If they've been really strong on the short run, it gives them the opportunity. If you have some of these yellows with how hard these cars are to drive, it gives them a chance also to compete and get up to the front as well.
Yeah, let's go on board with Colton Salick. We got a tip from the chat to go on board. Oh man, that.
Move. And then he tags him and he stays in it. Oh man.
Wow. That was wild. I don't know how much that damage is going to hurt Colton. We'll go live with Colton. in that 10th place position.
I'll tell you, I hit the wall earlier in testing, and kind of, it wasn't a scrape, but it wasn't, you know, as I said yesterday, it certainly wasn't a pancake. But, you know, I think this car, just a little bit of fender damage, I don't think it's going to hurt it too much. I don't think it's going to slow this car down too much. You can see right there, yeah, it's a little crinkle, but I don't think that's anything that's going to significantly hinder his progress. There's a little sad face right there. Very sad.
I like that we're having fun with it. I hope the drivers are having fun. All right, we're coming to the green, Blake.
We are. It's going to be 8 laps to go. Doucette is out front. The battle for the transfer is on with a whole bunch of great names outside. Guest is outside the top 10. Hogan, Kerner, Burrows is as well. Garrett Lowe going to have to get their work done quickly. Is sliding down is Alan Bowes in front of Connor Horn. That's going to be the battle for third. Now battle for fourth. Is Freenage going to get moving on the high side, but again, battle for the transfer. Michael Guest going to try to hold on, but it appears he's got some motor damage after that contact. Guest may be in danger of not making the top 10.
Yeah, and there is a lot of damage on Michael Guest's machine. Wow, he's going to have to hold on for dear life here. Already back to 11th. He might have to go in through the last chance qualifiers, guys. That's a lot of damage.
It really is. I don't think it's going to be enough. It looks like Colton Salick, a little bit of a blinker right there. But, yeah, Guest is just going to keep falling back. He's going to need some help
Eddie
to
Ball.
transfer in.
Eddie Ball in the picture.
Eddie Ball right behind Colton Salick. He just needs one more spot to transfer in as they're nearly looking, almost 3 for a moment ahead of them. That was between Cattell and Bob Bryant up there for 7th. But here comes Eddie Kerner as Salick going to run the bottom. You're going to see the handwork here from Eddie Kerner off the corner, sliding the counter steer. He's looking low, but he's just sliding too much. Colton Salick, obviously, he blinked out for a second there. That's going to kind of give Eddie a little bit of a pause. But, oh, boy, this is your battle for the transfer. Eddie Ball and Colton Salick going at it. There'll be 5 laps to go this time.
Eddie's just being patient here. He knows that there's a lot that can still happen here. Going to send it on the outside. Oh, wow. Is that going to work?
Oh, Lowe's going to turn. Salick. Oh,
they're good. I think they're going to save it.
Salick goes around. They're stuck together. Oh, my goodness. What is going on? They are stuck.
They're stuck together.
And now Salick has disappeared. It looks like we're going to keep going, but he carried him off into the Georgia sunset in turn 3, and he's gone. What is going on?
Eddie Kerner in 10th. Let's take a look at him.
Somebody needs to clip that. I think that goes without saying, but somebody needs to clip that. It looks like, obviously, we saw Salick had a couple of blinking issues, but it looked like they got tagged together. Lowe doesn't get any damage, but he just got on his hood and just carried him away.
And Garrett Lowe, we talked about him.
That the track was clear.
Yeah,
I mean, the car kept moving with the back.
It really did. It didn't lose much speed. But we talked about Garrett Lowe. He's been saving his tires, being really patient, and it's going to take a look on Eddie. Oh, man.
Here it goes, the battle for the transfer spot. They have a couple of car links behind them. Garrison Hogan about 3 or 4 back. Garrett Lowe to the inside. Eddie Kerner hanging on to the 10th and final transfer spot. There'll be popsicles in the air. 2 laps to go. Lowe looking for a way around. He's going to go high as Bowden slides in front of him.
Eddie. Oh, Eddie. Oh, he somehow manages to hang on to it there. He was loose on entry up into 9th. Colin Bowden now, the bubble man. As you know, we've got a battle for the lead, but we got to take our eyes back here to the 10th place position. I don't know who's going to... Alan Bowes in the lead, but wow. Colin
Oh,
Bowden.
here comes Garrison Hogan with the huge run, and he and Lowe are going to get collected. Hogan into the wall. Lowe spins. They've taken the white flag, so we'll see it through to the end, and that's created a big buffer for Colin Bowden, who has it over the transfer spot by about 4 car lengths. Out of nowhere, Garrison Hogan came up on Garrett Lowe, and he wasn't expecting it, so we imagine that Colin Bowden could hold on. But into 3 and 4 for the final time up front. You see the replay right there, but it looks like Alan Bowes is going to win the Twin 125, the first leg of it. Ryan Doucette is going to come home second, and indeed, he will hold on. Colin Bowden, your 10th and final transferee. Eddie Ball is in. Dylan Alt is as well. Anthony Burrows comes up 1 spot short. He'll be starting up front in one of the LCQs, but oh man, what a finish there for the transfer spot.
I don't know if my heart can take another one. Wow. You know, obviously a lot of deserving drivers there fighting for a transfer spot. To think that Garrett Lowe, heartbreaker, just missed out on it there right at the end. Unreal. Congratulations to Alan Bowes, though, taking home the win. Oh my, I had no idea that it was going to be that exciting.
And you look at the list of names, Michael Guest out. He finishes in 15th despite having a lot of damage. 15th was a nice effort there. Garrett Lowe, who was battling for the transfer spot with 1 lap to go, tangles with, it looked like Garrison Hogan I believe Garrett Lowe hit the apron there. He got checked up by Colin Bowden, had a huge run. He got a little bit of contact from behind from Garrison Hogan. Well, that got Lowe loose. They wrecked. Lowe is going to finish back in the 29th position. Boy, drama and implications aplenty here.
Yeah, let's go back and maybe take a look at what happened to Garrett there. He didn't quit on it. Still came across the line, but oh man, just sent it into 3 here. Right behind Colin Bowden, and the 48 looks like he got into the back of him a little bit. That's who is that? I think that's Garrison Hogan. Yeah. Oh, and
we're getting a lot of calls here on the replay. I think we need to see Colton Salek's little venture up to the sky to give God a high five. We'll have to see it here. This is lap 78 with a couple to go.
Yeah, let's take a look here. Coming off turn 2.
I keep watching it over and over again, and that is pure entertainment right there.
You may want to shield the child's eyes right now because they're. And then, there he goes.
Way up in the air.
I want to point out the track was clear the entire time.
It was, yeah. Good call there, Josh. Thank you for keeping that green. Wow. You know, Colton's known for these moments where he's in contention for an incredible run. And then he has these moments where he gets completely screwed, to be quite honest. Gosh, man, I hate it for him. Let's, maybe take a different angle here. We kind of saw it from this one already. Hold on 1 second, guys. I don't know why ATVO is acting up, but wow, that was a ride. Maybe we can go left front suspension view, helmet cam. See what this is like.
Did he lose any speed that entire time?
Let's pull up the live the data. I don't know if it's gonna show it on the replay. Show dynamic. No, it's not gonna show it. But man, it looks like he doesn't lose any speed whatsoever.
I didn't even see a stack up in the field. The entire field maintained its spacing after that.
Wow. And the track's still clear. Jeez. Not quite as pretty as this blowover, I will say. But man, that was race number 1.
That might be a backup car. In fact, I think they might have just lost the car. Can anyone find it?
Man. Yeah, just as dramatic as AJ eloquently points out in the chat. Who's ready to do this again?
Well, I mean, I'd love to do this again and sit up here in the booth, but I got to go and get ready to drive in the next one, guys. So, Brian, thanks for having me up here.
Yeah.
And yeah, I hope we're able to put our Thanking E-Racer today, Asus Chevrolet, in the show.
Yeah, and don't forget to save that replay. Jeez.
We're here in the at the Infield Care Center with the driver of the number 9, Colton Salick. You doing all right?
No, not at all. That one hurt a lot.
It certainly looked like it did.
Like, I saw him, and then I saw space, and then suddenly I just saw nothing. So, yeah, that one hurt.
Yeah, man. I was just saying, like, you have these moments where you're about to capture glory, and no fault of your own, it just kind of goes away, and we know how excited you were about this one, and that's honestly the star of the show right now. So, can anybody thank? Any words? I don't know how you mustered up the courage to come even talk to us.
Oh no, I mean that one, like, that sucks for sure, but like, that was fun, and I'm laughing about it. So, like, you know, it is what it is. Like, if I had a wreck, I would rather flip 15 times on the way than just self spin or something. So.
Now, haven't you done that twice now?
So that was an unnecessary comment, Josh. But,
I'm just saying, you always go out in a blaze of glory, and it's awesome. I mean, you are always on the highlight reels. And that's.
Yeah, I mean, it's not what I'd like to be known for, but you know, I mean, it happens. So
I think you gained some fans.
I just talked to Garrett, and I mean, he could. I just talked to Garrett. I guess he couldn't really see me. Like, I was in and out the whole straightaway for him. So it is what it is. It's just a connection thing that.
Yeah.
Ended in a horrific incident down in turn 3. So
yeah, it did end horrifically, but you know what? I think just coming, talking to us and being level-headed about it, I think you're gaining some fans within the chat, and everybody. Oh, we want Fs for Colton in the chat. Okay, well, you guys want to do that? Feel free. But yeah, a lot of people. Hated to see that. You know, I think they saw the firecracker and they wanted you to rebound. They wanted you to get that transfer spot. I was kind of pulling for you there. I'm trying to be unbiased, but almost pulled it off.
Yeah, that was fun. I mean, I got pretty I was really slow short run, so getting a lot of cautions kind of screwed me over. But I think I passed like 15 cars at the end of the first stage or whatever you want to call it. So it was fun. And,
yeah, let's pull some more people in here. Let's just have a good time together. Not worried about people talking over each other. We got Alan Bowes, the winner. Congratulations, Alan. Yeah, that was a race.
Yeah, that was something. That kind of happy we had a short run to end it because I was not very good in the long run.
Okay, yeah, we were curious, you know, who was fighting in the long run, and we saw you stepping it out there that first run. That was amazing.
Yeah, stepping it out might have been an understatement.
For sure. We've got Connor Horn here as well. Ray just popped in. Yeah, I'll let you guys talk. I'm gonna upload it in the next server. Or don't. Actually, Connor Horn. Oh, there's AJ. Hey, AJ.
I was actually going to ask Connor as well what you were going to ask.
Oh, really? Hey, Connor.
Hey, hi, Brian. I just got back. What are we doing here?
How did your race go? Where did you end up?
I got 4th, 300ths in front of Gilliland, I think. Me, Andrew, and Gilliland were battling a bit there, especially also with Ryan. He kind of got away from us at the end, but all of us were really bunched up behind Alan and Ryan's battle for the win there. It was really tense 8 laps or so, whatever it was. That was insane.
It certainly was, and there was just so much going on that I couldn't quite capture all of it on the broadcast, but that's always a good problem to have. Alan, I just want to go back to you real quick. Congratulations on your win, and you going to be able to join us Friday?
Oh yeah, I'll be here.
Okay, awesome.
I'd also like to point out that Ryan made the mistake of giving me the outside. and we got to BR somebody, so
Yeah.
that made my night.
Oh man, I don't know if we got that on camera or not. We saw a lot of passes on the outside, but looks like we got 41 in this next serve. Oh boy.
Yeah, he kind of ran the middle, gave me a chance to either choose bottom or top, and I sent it in on the outside into one.
Yeah.
Got the run off of 2.
Yeah, that run off of 2. We've seen that a number of times throughout the race. People getting the run off 2. It's just that radius just closes up, and let's see who else we got in here. We got Ray. What's up, Ray? You there?
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Not much, just enjoying the first heat.
All right, and then we got Turkey in here as well. Turkey, what are you there?
Hello?
Hey,
Can you hear
what happened under yellow, man? I know you were excited for this one, and I think you got crashed under yellow.
me? Yeah, we were just waiting, for the pace, the race to restart, and somebody wasn't paying attention and ran over me, and kind of ruined my race.
Yeah, that's
It didn't help under that competition caution. I didn't realize how easy it was to lock up the brakes, locked them up, and missed the commitment cone and had to go EOLL.
Oh, we were wondering who took out Mr. Yellow Cone.
Yeah, I did that. They checked up, and I checked up hard, locked them up. I had done a pretty good job saving tires, and I was coming through coming back up to the field, but too late.
Yeah, and gosh, we got to pull up the results of that race really quick so we can give a complete rundown. We're showing the schedule of events right now. Let's see, we've got a few more people in chat. Who's Ray N?
That's Doucette.
Oh, Doucette.
My bad. I probably should have changed it to my actual name.
Oh, that's all right, man. Man, you had him covered long run there for that first run. Can you tell us a little bit about your race?
Yeah. Well, to start the race off, it started like pretty much mid-pack in 13th, and the guy I was expecting the race pace around me to be a lot faster than the guys were going around me, so I kind of hopped out to the outside, moved up to 8th, and I kind of had a comfortable gap behind and in front of me, so I just kind of sat there and rode comfortable pace, not going full throttle, and everybody up in front just started getting closer to me. Everybody out back was pretty much getting farther away, so
Yeah, well,
apparently I did a good job to keep taking care of the tires.
yeah, you did one of those practice races, and we're definitely taking notes, I think, and worked out well for you. And we're excited to see you transfer. I'm trying to pull up the results, but feel free to talk. We're just loading into this next server. We're gonna also pull up the results of last race.
Now that I have that race under my belt, I'm kind of thankful I didn't even make the top 20 yesterday, almost, because that just gave me a little bit extra like race practice around people, so now I know what to expect for the main event.
Yeah, that definitely feels like a pretty big advantage right there.
Yeah, we a lot of us in that we kind of at least at me at least I didn't really see another line really spreading out, but that middle was definitely preferred at the very end, so that's definitely something big to look at.
All right, the chat's been asking for Eddie. Eddie's finally here.
You got him, chat.
Hello.
Eddie,
Yeah.
you were one of the stars of the show as well back there and fighting for 11th and 9th and 12th, and at the beginning of the race it was more like 19th. So how was your race?
That was the most fun race I've had. I had a blast battling Garrett Lowe, Bowden for that transfer spot, Dylan Alt. That was so much fun to race. That first run, I saved a little bit, and I started coming in late, and but I fell off towards the end, and then at the end of the race there, I caught a couple breaks with the yellows and I didn't lift for any of the wrecks, so I was able to pick up a few free positions, and I was able to get Lowe behind me. I knew Lowe was so much quicker and I was hoping he was gonna get by Bowden, and I was able to foul him through, but I was able to pass Bowden on the outside. That outside was able to come in.
We got that on TV. Yep.
Oh yeah, yep. That was, but yeah, it was so much fun. I can't wait for the race on Friday night.
Yeah, and you know, we try to be as consistent as possible with yellows. We don't know exactly where people are going to go sometimes, so I appreciate you guys being understanding of that. And you know, we had our actual race director fall out because of a power outage, so we really appreciate everybody coming out and being understanding. You know, we're a skeleton crew right now. I'm producing and like kind of broadcasting at the same time, so I'm really glad to hear, Eddie, that you had fun.
Oh yeah, that was the most fun I've had in a long time racing. It was clean racing too. We had in that first run especially, it was real tight. I think Colton and I, or Caden Rush and I, were side by side there for a few laps. It was super tight racing, and it was just a lot of fun. So
yeah, definitely. All right. Well, we've got another one coming up. Josh, how are we looking in
We're looking good. I just gave everybody about 4 more minutes. I told them
Sounds
3
good.
minutes, so till we'll start gridding because of the fact they were all trying to make sure that they were ready to go and had their water bottles and all that ready to go. So
yeah. Somebody might be taking a bathroom break, so you know, just because they're in the server doesn't mean they're there. So want to give people an opportunity to understand we're going. But thank you guys for coming by. I don't know did we get to talk to everybody? I think we did. Came by, yeah. Well, yeah, you guys are welcome to. We've got a green room filled with Chick-fil-A, so you're welcome to snack on that and sit back, watch the rest of the show.
Wow, awesome, great.
I mean, I'm pumped to watch the second race now. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I think everybody's ready.
Oh yeah.
This is and we got more races tomorrow. If you had a bad finish tonight, you can always come back tomorrow. We've got plenty of spots open.
What's the for that final transfers? How many come out of each one of those races?
Oh yeah, so that final one, the winner advances, and so we'll be taking 3 people tomorrow, and they'll be starting 41st, 42nd, 43rd, and I totally forgot. But I think we got some really good news for Colton Salick, that he will be receiving a Blue Emu care package because he had the worst wreck in the race. And also, you laugh, Alan, but you're also getting a care package from Blue Emu for winning the race. Awesome. Yes, so congratulations. Thank you guys for coming.
Blue Emu's in the chat.
Yeah, cool.
Much appreciated, guys.
All right, so Blue Emu is gonna get in contact with you. I'll pass along your information, and yeah, I think we're ready for this next. I'm a boomer. I can't find the race results on the member site, so we're just gonna post them in the sheet. Everybody can go to the sheet. If somebody wants to drop the link in the chat to the sheet, we can post the results in there as soon as we get them. All right. I'm ready when you are, Josh. Let's see.
Before we, since we have a little bit of time before I told them I would advance the session, go check out Garrett's right front. Garrett Smithley's right front of his car.
Oh.
Got it all repaired?
Let's take a look here. Trying to find him on the rundown. He is number 50. What number was he?
For some reason, even though I signed him 51.
Oh, we had a duplicate.
Yeah, he's 26 on the rundown.
Okay. Well, we accidentally screwed up that, but no big deal. Not the main race anyway, Garrett, so he'll be alright. Let's take a look at his right front. Oh, taped up. Look at that. You can see the effort level that was put in right here.
He did that all by himself too.
Wow, look at that. I'm so proud of, and he's, you know, very loose in practice, by the way. Wow, Garrett's got her all fixed up. The lean stream. How many lean stream fans we got in the chat? Let's take a closer look. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh wow, got the, everything's all patched up. It looks perfectly fine. Might be down a little bit of aerodynamics. Yeah, there you go. Joe's in the chat.
Alrighty. I think it's about time for us to advance the session.
Okay. Sounds good. Alright, let's go live. Set the Merchant leading practice. Appreciate everybody hanging in there. Somebody saying they have a bedtime. We understand that, but you know what? You signed up for a race, and it did say about 9 o'clock we'd be rolling off green. So I think we did a pretty good job there of, you know, accommodating everybody's schedule. All right, so we've got Ray Alfala joining us for this next one. Ray, you got a pick for this one?
Pick for this one. Let's see. I'll go with Corey Carpenter.
Corey Carpenter. Now Corey's been putting in a little bit of effort for this one. Sadly missed out on the Pro Series this year. Was a pro last year. And let's pull up our... Oh, my ATVO crashed, so I gotta reload that dynamic data. There we go. So we got Blake Reynolds on the pole, Corey Carpenter on the outside, Chris Overland, Carey, Hunt. We need... Is Mitchell's paint scheme not loading? Oh goodness, I just refreshed all the cars, didn't I? Bad timing.
I don't think anyone here is winning the paint scheme contest.
Oh.
So is there a way to spectate this through the sim, or?
Yes, you go to spectate. Actually, can you see through Discord my stream? Keep that up, and then you can go in through. You have to go to spectate races and then league races.
All right.
All right, but we'll go through a lot of these drivers. Blake Reynolds on the pole. We're missing a little professionalism here. We got Blake McCandless, who's actually in the field this time. So from the booth to the driver's seat. Green flag. Nice orderly start. I think these guys might be working together out front. And single file here for a little bit. Not quite as hectic, it looks like it. These guys are going to be patient. It looks like they saw the last race, saw that it could go green the whole way. Will Cooley back here. And looks like Blake Reynolds is going to lead lap 1. Oh, looks like, I apologize, I'm not sorted properly. We got Chris Overland leading the way out here. And Chris was worried about burn off his tires, and I have to imagine he's going to back up his pace as soon as he realizes that Blake is as far back as he is. Corey Carpenter in 3rd, Seth the Merchant 4th, Mitchell Hunt 5th, Garrett Conrath 6th, Will Cooley, Donovan Strauss, Matt Busa, and Nicholas Carey round out the top 10. Looks like Timu is going to jump ahead really quick. let you guys take in the sights and sounds while Ray gets loaded in. Take in the sights and sounds of a little bit of NASCAR without a bunch of people talking. Crank it up a little bit. Parker Kligerman back in 17th, by the way.
Yeah, it looks very orderly for now. So there is a competition yellow, correct? Halfway?
Yeah, it's going to be lap 39, a little bit before halfway. Oh!
Got a car on the wall here in turn 3.
Yeah. See that Pepsi machine. Trying to... Stravato. Yeah, a little bit of damage on that car.
Just looking at these cars brings back so many memories, good memories.
Love to hear that. And Ray, obviously you have a lot of experience with these cars. You got any advice for these drivers as the, we've got more races coming up?
Yeah, so when I was doing runs for the qualifying sessions yesterday, I ran my fastest lap on the first session, or the first run I did, and then I slowed down for like the next 3 or 4 runs I did, and I couldn't figure out why, and turns out I wasn't driving in hard enough. So, even though these things don't have much grip, you really gotta drive around in there and kind of make it plow a little bit in the center, or else it'll be way too loose on the exit. It's got way too much power to get on the throttle early.
That's funny because I was kind of telling people the opposite. You don't want to drive it in too hard because I think a lot of people are getting a little loose on entry, and if you drive it in too hard, you could make the problem worse depending on how you drive it. As we're looking at Parker Kligerman, he's currently in the 12th spot, taking a look to the inside of Nicholas Carey here, that Navy car. Yeah,
for sure. You got to drive in deep, but you got to control it. So if you're spinning out on the entry, it doesn't really help to drive in too deep, but yeah, it's all about finding that balance of how hard you can drive it. And these things are just, they're fun the whole time. You don't have any sort of wide open ever,
Yeah. It's like right now, Donovan Strauss in that number 51, holding down the top 10 spot. That's a beautiful paint scheme, definitely in the running, I think, for the Diecast Award. And we obviously we talked about the Blue Emu Care Package Award. We got Chris Overland currently taking that in the lead, but we really don't want to see anybody have that other award where you have the hardest wreck of anybody. I'm sure we'll have it, as it looks like it's closing up for the race lead. Matt Busa looking possibly to make a move here.
Yeah, Matt's been very fast. He's been a couple cents faster than all of these guys, so he's coming up through here.
Now, is he going a little too fast, do you think?
No, I don't think so. I think it's kind of I think a myth that you have to really slow down a whole lot to save tires. I think the way to save tires is just running the correct line and giving it the correct inputs. So, I think he's doing fine. But all these guys up here in the top 5, really, they just gotta almost work together. They don't want to be side by side for too long. You didn't see Chris Overland really battling much for the lead because these guys just want to make it into the race on Friday.
Yeah, certainly. And it looks like Parker Kligerman, we'll go on board with him real quick. He's popped up into the 10th position. So as of right now, we've got Parker Kligerman transferring. Very, very good run so far for Parker, and I know he was disappointed. He easily could have locked himself in to the main show last night. Couldn't quite get it done. And looking to rebound here. He just, had a beautiful lap going last night, and 3 and 4 caught him by surprise there with a lack of grip. But moving forward right now, and it looks like Blake Reynolds is going backwards a little bit, Ray.
Yeah, Blake said he told me yesterday he was really confident in his long run pace, so he could be just kind of trying to go a little bit slow, taking care of his tires. But of course, you can't just he's running 8th, so if he gets passed here by a couple more guys, he'll be under stress. Yeah,
and Blake's in this Kevin Harvick tribute car, Ream Chevrolet, number 29, back when he used to race for RCR. A lot of really great schemes throughout the field, and this one too. I don't know which field I like more. That last one was pretty nice looking, but having Matt Busa out leading the way in that bright.
Yeah, you can't miss it.
Can't really miss that one. And Chris Overland still holding down second. Your pick, Ray. Corey Carpenter in third. Seth the Merchant in fourth.
I think we got a wreck in the back, actually.
Ooh, yep. Looks like might have some trouble. Is Josh Parker blinking in and out? Look like Raja. Oh no, Raja. Let's go back and take a look real quick.
Raja and Yusuf Ghali.
Oh yeah, that was.
Yeah, they got together at the tail end of the field.
Yeah, we're really not going to throw yellows for that far back, guys. We got that competition caution, so. Oh man, looks like Santiago Tier is also having some issues. Ray, I don't know. Do you see what happened there?
Yeah, I was just looking at the replay of what just happened. Let's see. Santi doesn't seem to have much damage, does he?
I saw him dropping through the field. Maybe that was just a glitch.
He's just running 17th.
No, he's okay. All right. That was a glitch on ATVO then.
It's a big battle for the transfer spot here.
Yeah, let's go back look at that. Oh, wow. Donnie.
It's funny, you have to apex these dog legs correctly, or else you lose time and you get all out of shape. In the modern day cars, you just kind of fall asleep as soon as you hit the straightaway, So, but these cars, you have to pay attention the whole time.
Yeah, you really do, and we talked about that. It caused some issues in the first race. Michael Guest and Brandon Hawk, two guys really well racing in the Coke Series. They got together down the front stretch into turn 1, caused a bit of a scary moment for everybody, going in there so fast. Might see that again. It looks like Timu in this 46, this orange 46, has a little bit of right front damage. He's currently holding down the transfer spot, and Logan Helton right behind.
Yep, I was looking at...
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, I was looking at, Santiago Tiers is moving here. He's trying to go for, see, once these positions update here. He's trying to race for 14th now. He was making a few good moves last lap.
Take a look at him here. We got the Pepsi Max car, number 4. Looks nice.
Jeff Gordon throwback with the matte black.
Connor, you were going to say something?
I was talking about had a bit of a change for the lead. Overland went to the outside, I believe, and got it back. It sort of looks like Boost is kind of dropping.
Oh, he did. So indeed, maybe he was going too fast.
Maybe. Yeah, Busa trying to hang on to it here. That really bright number 5 car. Maybe he realized he needs to take it a little easy on that right rear. You can see that wheel input, Ray. I don't know if you have Discord up, but you can see what I've got on the broadcast. He's turning back to the right quite a lot, and it's...
Yeah, well, I noticed he was he's trying a very shallow entry into the corners, which I'm guessing is to protect his right rear tire, but it may be having the opposite effect.
Certainly could be, as Blake Reynolds closing in from behind. I have to imagine this is not by according to plan.
Oh, for the lead.
Yep, look at that. Thank you for interrupting. We battle for the race lead as Ray, your pick on the outside, making it work.
Yeah, I know last year running the Pro Series, Corey was really fast at Atlanta, had a really good car, ended up running out of gas, and that really cost him a good finish. And just practicing with him, you know, leading up to that race, I knew, you know, he really likes this track, and I think he's looking to get back on top. You know, he feels like this track owes him one.
Yeah, you can say that for sure. And Corey's been really excited for this race. Adjusted his schedule, you know, to make this possible. As Seth the Merchant in that 57, another beautiful scheme that we've got here on the broadcast in that Horizon Dodge, makes the move on the outside in 3 and 4. That's pretty exciting to see, isn't it, Ray?
Man, all you need for some dynamic track is just a whole lot of horsepower and little grip.
Hey, maybe we should do that more often. Wink, wink.
So these drivers, these leaders might have to be careful here. They're actually coming up on lap cars, a couple cars in turns 3 and 4 right now with a lot of damage.
Okay, we got Troy Sabat pretty far down the running order. Looks like he might be having some connection issues too. I see him kind of blinking in and out, so he's probably just trying to stay out of the way. But let's go back to that transfer position. Looks like Timu right now holding it down still. And Spencer Preet is in that 11th spot. Man, this race is going green, guys.
Yeah, it really is. It doesn't seem like it'll be, I mean, I think they're going to go all the way to the competition yellow.
Certainly could, and
of course we say that, and they're like, they're 2x2 for 20th, so.
I highly suggest knocking on some wood after you said that, because, boy, they're getting dicey.
I know there's been people in the chat trying to jinx it too, so I don't think Ray's the only one.
Oh, well, there's no jinxing, whatever. Anyway, I wanted to give no, I'm playing, but I wanted to give a shout out here. We've got a sub driver. You normally don't see this, but we got a sub driver for that 029 car right now, and right now, whoop, I clicked the wrong car. It's Danny Hansen behind the wheel for Kevin King in that car. Wow, he's on the move, guys. He's made up 12 positions so far, and that's the most of anybody inside the top 20 right now. As you can see there on the ticker, up 13 positions from his starting spot.
Yep, and right in front of them we see Klingerman and Josh Parker. Josh Parker, a former winner in the Coke Series.
He's not FedEx car.
Yep, so he is very much used to. In fact, when he raced in this series, it's pretty much with the cars he drove. So this is probably a throwback to what he remembers being successful at. So I think if he's able to pass Parker here and maybe get up there, he'll be a contender. I would say if he makes the race, I think he'd be a contender on Friday.
And another shout out here, we got Blake McCandless. You heard him on the radio here, and now you're seeing him out on track.
In the 3, Overland almost got turned, almost had a wreck there. Overland and Blake Reynolds got together.
Oh, Overland's really struggling here, guys. Oh, very sideways. Good call there, Connor. Thank you for that. Wow. It's like Overland.
Really nice save there.
That could have been race over for him. He was way sideways there.
Let's rewind real quick. I just want to see that. Catch it on camera. Oh, Blake. Oh, gosh. What a save. Chris Overland.
Yeah, they're still both in the top 5. That's how much of a gap they've built.
Oh, my God. We're back to live imagery right here now, folks. Wow. I'm glad I went back and saw that real quick.
Yeah, they didn't even lose any spots. Donnie Strauss, he had to check up for them.
Oh, no. Donnie, was that Donnie in the wall?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, that was the NOS car.
The Bree Valentine has been getting lapped.
Okay, all right. We'll go back. Transfer battles heating up. Santiago Tires.
Yeah, he's been steadily making his way to the front, and I think they're both about to pounce on Matt Busa here, who continues going to the back after being in the lead for a while.
Yeah, we got Santi in the number 4. That Pepsi machine we saw earlier, Pepsi Max. Ooh, that's gonna be
a. Guys have already fallen off 2 seconds from when they started.
Santi's having a little bit of internet issues, as you can see. And behind this, we got Spencer Preet. Wanted to give a quick shout out to Blake McCandless, though. We had that issue with Chris Overland, but Blake steadily moving his way forward as well. He's up 12 positions from his starting spot. Really cool to see this race go green and let these guys jockey for position. Oh, and Matt Busa really loose in the turn 1 there. That was, I don't know, guys. I think Matt's kind of hanging on here. Let's go on.
Yeah,
board.
he's just counting the laps until the yellow.
Yeah.
I mean, with the way this car is driving, though, you know, 8 or 9 laps is forever.
It really is. It feels like a 20-lap run is more like a 50-lap run.
Here comes Tires for 9th.
Let's go back to that battle. Oh, yeah. Oh, Sandy, you're gone.
He was there.
There he is.
And he's passing Busa. That 9th spot.
Santi, he started 10th, and I thought he was really struggling. He dropped back around 17th, like you were talking about earlier, but he really found something with his long run speed, getting back into the transfer spot. Sort of the opposite of Busa.
Yeah, definitely. I think Santi definitely realized that there was going to be some issues with the tires here. Tire model just can't keep up with this car, I tell you. I wanted to quickly go to the battle for the race lead. It's tightening up. Seth the Merchant and Mitchell Hunt kind of gapped the field a little bit. Seth was really looking forward to this race, guys, and I just have to give an apology to Mitchell. I don't know if he uploaded his scheme to Trading Paints. We refreshed the whole field just for you, Mitchell, on the pace laps, so don't see that scheme loading up for Mitchell, sadly, but he had a Libra car for this race. It was.
I don't see a paint team either for that, man.
Okay, well, Mitchell's
actually running the high line. He's running up there on purpose every corner, and he's making up time.
Whoa.
Oh,
That's Garrett Smithley they're lapping.
Oh, Garrett Smithley looks like he has some damage from earlier incident.
He needs more tape on the right front now. I wonder where that came from.
More tape on the right front. I don't know if he has more tape. He's just holding on for that comp caution.
Yeah.
He can be the free pass, though, if he holds on.
Yeah.
You know, we were talking about earlier about Blake Reynolds, and Blake said he was really good on the long run, and now he's currently 2/10 faster than the leaders, so he might get up there.
Smithley really hit the wall. He's really struggling. He might even have a tire close to going down.
Yeah, he's really struggling back there, but we'll stay with this lead battle. This is insane. Seth saw that Mitchell was moving up a little bit on the track and just was like, okay, I'll move up too. So they're side by side.
We'll bring Blake right to them.
Yeah, and Blake's coming.
Oh yeah, he has got clean air to work with. Even after the big contact with Overland, didn't hurt it one bit. He might even be the fastest car on the track, close to it at least.
Yeah, Overland, just kind of fell off a little bit there. Carpenter also back there with Chris, a little bit ahead of him. Oof, wow. They're all over the track in this race. I think that they saw that first race and saw that you could really use that outside line, and here they are.
You know, they say the first duel is always crazy and the second one's calm.
Well, sadly, we do have a comp caution coming, and we have no idea what's going to happen then.
Famous last words.
Famous last words. We got some Dodge fans in the chat. Hey, shout out to Jason Fellenbaum there. Mitchell's really impressing me here, guys. He's working over Seth, and I thought Seth was our favorite here to win this one.
Busa has now fallen out of the top 10, and he continues to struggle.
We'll go back to the transfer battle. Oh, it's a big battle. Danny
11th on back.
Oh yeah, 11th on back. Danny Hansen moves into the top 10. Sorry we missed that, guys, but Danny Hansen, a sub driver. We said we were allowing sub drivers if it was equally, similarly skilled, and we thought that it was a good swap. So he's out there putting on a show really with this thing, and glad to see that he's able to make progress and set himself up for a good final stage here. Blake McCandless also on the move. Josh Parker, not too far back is Parker Clearman, kind of laying in the weeds as we've got caution on the speedway. That's our comp caution. I got a lot of chatter on the radio. Looks like Donovan Strauss, Chris Overland chatting it up. No surprise there. So, Set the Merchant able to hold on for the stage. Well, not a stage, but whatever this is, a comp caution. Catching the pickup truck. It's our pace car for the second race. We had the Mustang for the first one. I thought we'd mix it up. We'd do the pace truck for the second one. That thing's huge. Big guy out there.
I believe Garrett Smithley, he did hold on for the Lucky Dog, but just barely.
Garrett Smithley holds on for the free pass. Is that what you said there?
Yes,
Oh,
just
okay.
he barely stayed in front of Rudy Valentin. Hope I pronounced that right.
Yeah, Ray, did you see the first race?
Yes.
Okay, so you saw all these. Oh, as we got guys trying to miss the cone back here. Man, it's amazing to see how many cars can fit on pit road at once. It's just so cool to see these cars back in action. It's been a while.
Sorry. I think the Merchant might have barely overshot his stall. I did that in the first race, and you lose a lot of time if you're not careful. I hope you didn't overshoot it by that much.
Not a lot of grit right now. Old tires. Looks like somebody's coming off pit road a little quick.
Must have missed the stall, I would think.
Yeah, I think so.
Jeremy with Kaz.
Oh, Rudy Valentine taking the wave around, apparently. Okay. Good update there from the chat.
Do we have Lucky Dogs enabled?
We should.
Okay, did Garrett not get it?
He is behind the pace car.
Okay,
Okay, give me 1 second.
We might need to give him one. It should be enabled. Might need to wave him around.
Oh, he just.
Oh my! Oh.
Oh. What? Oh, geez. Did
Wow.
we have somebody spin on?
Yeah,
that was Garrett.
Garrett.
Oh.
Just give him the wave around.
Yeah, that car a little worse for wear. Obviously, we didn't see what happened to Garrett, but the lean stream not having a great outing. Once you get damage like that, it's really hard to just even hang on to the car, as we saw Garrett fighting the thing. But hey, he's back on the lead lap now. I mean, anything can happen now, right, Ray?
Yeah.
Maybe he'll make it in. Who knows? Top 10? See?
I'm kind of keeping my eye on Matt Busa, see if he adjusts his driving. Obviously, we know he's more than capable of, but he went from first to 13th there in a few laps, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
Matt Busa there in the bright number 5.
Few drivers were talking about penalties. I think Clearman said he got it entering or exiting closed pits, one or the other. So he said he got a penalty. And also Anthony Alfredo, I believe, said he might have gotten a penalty as well.
Oh man, I wonder what happened.
He did say people were trying to miss the cone. Maybe a few people weren't able to.
Yeah, it's a good point.
So Clearman's at the back of the line, basically, here.
Connor, I appreciate you sticking around and keeping us up to date on those really important things, like lead changes. So
Yeah, no problem.
feel free to chime in when an important event happens.
Yeah, I'm kind of used to it. I help out on another broadcasting channel, Sim TV. They're pretty good. They're a really good broadcasting option for iRacing. Try helping out every now and then for them. So tried doing a little bit of a lot, I suppose.
Yeah. And Ray, we got Blake Reynolds leading them back. Do you think Blake's gonna pick up the pace a little here and not worry so much about tires, knowing that there could be some cautions here?
Maybe. I mean, if I think he'll still be kind of easy with them though. I think he'll be able to stay in the top 10.
Okay.
You don't really want to go for it knowing that there's going to be a bunch of yellows. You kind of just got to really just have to continue to baby it, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, and everybody saw what happened to Busa when he drove too hard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You do not want to drop like
the
that.
field took note of that. In the lead and now sitting outside the cutoff. So we go back to green.
What, the outside on these restarts, really looking good. Hunt's staying up there.
He certainly is. Clean so far.
Ooh, Seth's
Yeah,
gonna
these
look
guys
green.
are all doing a really good job here.
Mitchell Hunt able to clear for the lead.
Side by side for the transfer spot back here.
Oh man, is this a battle? That Will Cooley crossed the line 10th last time. He scored 9th live. Oh,
Wow, three
3 wide.
That's going to be tough.
That will be tough. And they're able to make it work somehow. Josh Parker in that 23 car. Oh man.
That was McCandless who had the back out in the middle.
Thank you, Ray, for the camera pack. Made a couple of adjustments, but yeah, we loaded up your camera pack from forever ago. Oh, we got somebody diving in. What's that? The 11 car, Andy Hunter.
Yeah, that was tough. That was really close.
Yeah, the Highline is really working well. I mean,
It
they're
really
pretty
is.
much all. Everybody seems to take the lead, and then they start saving tires, and then they get passed back.
Oh, I think that was Danny Hansen on the bottom. He had to go through the grass just about. They're really stacking up right now.
Oh, taking a look 3 wide on Donnie. Oh, they're gonna make that work too. Wow.
Yeah, here comes Josh Parker, by the way. I think his muscle memory from 8 years ago is finally kicking in.
He certainly is, and Chris Overland obviously back there as well. Santiago Tires, I think these guys might be riding in line trying to save their tires a little bit. I think they're going to let Josh Parker have his fun here and maybe burn off his tires a little bit, but
Oh boy.
Jeez. Who is that? That's Danny Hansen behind Santiago Tires.
Seen a lot of guys trying to like ride in line and conserve their stuff to the end of the race, but you also see a lot of guys like Hansen, also the 11 Hunter, really trying to get the track position now.
So we got Timu on the outside. He's scored in 10th, getting around the outside in the transfer spot. Oh,
By the way,
Man.
Matt Busa has dropped to 30th. I think he's going. He's doing the exact opposite from last run. I think it's on
Oh
purpose.
yeah, it looks like he's saving his stuff back here, guys. No damage on the car.
That's a long way to get to the front though.
It certainly is, but I think he can do it. If it stays,
Oh, no doubt.
Get some green flag racing. I think he can do it.
Yeah,
He
but
just
he needs it to be green though.
Yeah,
He needs
really
to
does.
be careful because even if we stay green, we're being conservative on throwing those cautions past the back 20.
That's
so
a
if there's
good
something that
point.
happens,
Yep.
One
it can
thing
slow
we-
him up.
Sorry for that. One thing we gotta look at, the lead. No battle for it. Look at the lead Seth the Merchant was able to open up. He is gone.
Wow,
Yeah,
that gives
we'll
you a
see
good
if,
visualization there.
Yeah, I think that's really everybody else just trying to save a ton. We'll see if Seth ends up paying for that.
Yeah, I think Seth He's done a lot of practice, guys. I think he knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think he knows what pace he needs to set here. It's just, you know, you got to be careful.
I mean, yeah. Everybody else might just be overcompensating because you don't, you know, at some point going too slow doesn't really do anything for you because, you know, the
battling
car is
traffic.
still really,
Yep.
car is still really heavy and you know, it's just, kills the tires no matter what you try. So those guys might be going too slow. We'll see.
You can see that lead. Wow, that is a big lead. I'd be a little concerned. I'd be telling my driver, okay, buddy, I think we can take it a little easy here.
Yeah, I would blame him for backing off just a little bit, especially with the tire, how it is and all that. You kind of don't even want to see that big lead. You just want to keep the guy in second sort of on your bumper so you know you're doing all you can to stay out front and keep that tire cool.
Corey
Seeing
Carpenter.
Blake Reynolds.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Blake back here in 6th. I think he's trying to save tires as well.
Yeah, looks like it. There's going to be some comers and goers at the end of the second. Transfer spot. Will Cooley looking for it. Back here side by side with, who is that on the outside? The 30, the 83 is Adam Benefill, and we got Will Cooley fighting alongside. Blake McCandless in the picture there. Timu fighting for a spot, but right now Donovan Strauss in that 10th spot, that last transfer position. Blake is up to 6th. Chat. Oh, yep. Blake is up to 6th. There, Kimmy. Let's see. What else we got going on? We got the other Blake. Blake McCandless up to 13th. I think he's saving his stuff a little bit here. Really clean. But we can't really leave this transfer battle right now. This is the best racing on the track.
One of these guys are just waiting to get clear of each other.
Yeah, this is why, you know, just mega saving might be an issue.
Yeah, like I'm seeing Matt Busa back here in 34th, and I just don't see him passing all these cars. Way too many cars to pass.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it plays out, but so far gridlocked for this transfer spot.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Busa has to make up over 4 seconds while passing cars, and he's only got, you know, 25 laps to do it.
I think he can do it. It'll be tough, but I really think he can get up to 10th.
Ooh, got that battle for that transfer spot. So Benefield's been the one to get clear, and he's going after Donnie now.
That's gonna have to be a car lap for Busa if he wants to get back to that, to anywhere close to that line. So if he wants to start moving, he's gotta start moving now.
Yeah, he's way back there actually. Yeah, gosh, that's gonna be a lot of ground to make up. Let's go back to him actually, really quick. We got Parker Kligerman back in this spot as well. These guys are saving. Let's see, last lap though at the line. 31:59, easily the fastest car on the racetrack from my scoring. But wow, yeah, he's got to get clear of these cars. He's got to get clear of them fast. I'll tell you that right now.
Also, if I'm not mistaken, it also affects his starting position if he can't get up there into the top 10 in one of those LCQs. So that's another reason.
Yeah, Connor, we're actually gonna requalify for that one. So gonna make everybody sweat again in qualifying. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Great racing here. Looks like Danny Hansen might be struggling with that car just a bit. A little sideways off too, but looks Blake Reynolds right behind.
To play off of Connor's point, you know, if you're in 10th, you're gonna want to still move forward through the field because you are gonna affect your starting position for the main event on Friday.
For the main event, yeah. For the main event, yes, definitely. And Blake is looking like he's going to start surging, as well as Chris Overland. I think Chris might have saved his stuff there a little bit in that bright yellow car. Colton Salick, big motor makes good racing. You know what? It makes good racing right now. That's all we care about. Side-by-side battle here. Anybody?
Since we've gone green, the pace of the field is about 1.5 seconds slower since that first green flag lap. So.
And I want everybody sorry, real quick, Ray. I want everybody to give a call to somebody right now. I got Andy Hunter in 4th, doing amazing in that white and blue car. I think he's a bit of a dark horse here, up to the P4 right now, around Chris Overland.
Yeah, well, I want to give a call to Santi Tires. We documented how he started 10th, so he started on the transfer spot, then he dropped all the way to 17th. You know, we assumed he was saving tires because he made it back up front, and now he's currently battling for 7th, so he's looking pretty good right now. If he can battle his internet problems he seems to be having.
Yeah, he's blinking a little bit, but it doesn't. Everybody seems to be understanding that that's a situation going on. Maybe giving a little extra room there with Josh Parker. But I think Santi's driving this race kind of how I would if I could, go out there and run a race. I think he's running a really consistent, steady pace and slowly, methodically making his way up forward. You just got to be really careful working out over traffic. You can lose track of how hard you're pushing.
By the way, I think Seth's tires have finally given up. He is giving up a couple tenths every lap. So we'll see if I'm kind of fearing Seth might drop through the field here.
Oh no.
I think, even though I think his tires definitely are ailing, Mitchell Hunt's been closing in a few tenths per lap, it seems like. I feel like he even has a big enough gap where it's going to be hard for a lot of these guys to be able to make the pass work on him. So I don't know if he's going to fall all the way through the field, but I don't know if he's going to be able to hold on for the win.
And right now, Matt Busa's fastest car on track, 33.14.
Yeah, but he's just way too far back.
He's way too far back. We've got a lot of the field still running, 3s and 4s. So I think Seth might be okay here. He's going to give up the lead to Mitchell Hunt if this thing stays green, I do believe. But I think he'll be able to maintain inside that top 10 pretty securely. But that just goes to show you how much saving can help you as you don't lose too much time. But this thing, if this thing stays green, this is going to be wild. Like, the right rear is going to cliff on these things.
Yeah. I'm seeing at least a couple people also kind of dropping through the field. So Danny Hansen and Andy Hunter, they made their way up, but they've both dropped. Hunter's fending off for the 8th position right now on Josh Parker and Blake McCandless, and Danny Hansen's dropped out of a top 10 altogether.
Oh yeah, Ryan. Andy Hunter really loose in a turn 1 there. You kind of saw it on that still angle. Got stepped out on just as I mentioned it. He's really struggling with the handling of that car. Josh Parker looking to make a move now. Blake Reynolds again. Blake McCandless up inside the top 10 in the P8. He just got out of the booth, got in his fire suit, and here he is, guys. Thanking E-Racer today.
I think the important part is when you save tires is for sure not losing, too many spots. I think Mitchell Hunt, who's probably going to win this race, did a really good job of that. He was basically holding the whole field behind him as he ran 2nd. So, now he's right there about to pass for the lead. And unfortunately, I think Matt Busa, even though he does have the pace, he just has to pass way too many cars.
Yeah.
Now,
Busa's still in 25th.
I don't know if you still have Blake on screen, but he's running an awesome paint scheme, the Thanking E-Racer paint scheme, and then also the assist on the side. I know it's a big thing for him and his family. I always give a shout out. It's an awesome organization they got working over there. So I'm sure Phil's in chat. He's excited to hear about it. So tuning in from overseas.
Yeah, there it is on the quarter panel there. And they were wanting to sponsor the race. Didn't quite get it worked out. I think they had some issues pop up because I stopped hearing from them. They were going to do a prize, but nice to see that get a proper shout out as Blake is looking to put it in the big show. And we've got that battle for the race lead getting.
I have a feeling that Seth was kind of saving tires there, and he just kind of picked it back up when Mitchell got there. So
Yeah,
I don't think he'll be falling through the field.
No, I don't think so either. But I definitely think that he could give up a couple of spots, which, a couple of spots is more than you want to give up. Anytime we have a caution, you want to be that leader and restart the race. But it looks like it's not going to be an easy pass for Mitchell here.
Yeah, speaking of caution, if it comes out now, they have for sure they got a pit, but that would be crazy to the end.
Well, yeah, that would be interesting. Ooh.
Will Cooley.
Well, they're not allowed
Oh, yeah,
to
they
pit
can't
for
pit,
tires.
yeah.
They were given one set of tires and they had to take that before lap 39.
Yep.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah,
so
so we're
that'll
gonna
make the restart even more crazy then.
Yeah, it'll be wild if we
But
get a
don't-
yellow.
If you make the main event, you can go wild with your tire strategy all you want.
yeah, we're gonna have like 12 or 13 sets of tires for the main, so if these guys want to pit like every 15 laps they can. We just don't want it to come down to a guy saving a set or whatever, blowing by everybody. That's not what this event's really about. Will Cooley working over Josh Parker here. Do you got a favorite in this battle, Ray? Who's gonna make it? Who's gonna miss it here?
Yeah, I mean, Josh Parker was doing really well earlier. He got up to the top 5, I think, and he just kind of burned off his tires. But right now, these guys all seem to have around the same pace. I think Will might have a little bit more, and he's looking to his inside, or at least trying to right now. So it might really just come down to these guys. And I mean, this is what Matt Bussa wants to see, right? I mean, he wants to see them side by side, losing a bunch of time. Matt's he's not as far back as you'd think from them. So, and he's carving up through the field. I'm just keeping an eye on him because he made, he's kind of been on both extremes in this race. He went out there and got the lead, then dropped back, and then he went out there and kind of let the field go by, and now he's coming back to the front.
Up to 19th, trying to make quick work of that Red Bull car. Gabriel was doing a lot of practice races. He knows how to save his tires too. He hung right on my rear deck lid for an entire 50 lap runs. I don't know this race if he was able to save as good, but look for him to start working his way through the field. Looks like, oh yeah, he just did an 09, got passed by Bussa, but Bussa did a 81 last lap trying to pass somebody. So on board with Matt. He's coming.
Whoa, we got guys in the wall. Hunter got put in the wall. He had contact with Josh Parker.
Oh no.
And he was battling for that transfer spot.
No, Hunter got stuck on the wall down the back
Oh
stretch on his own.
Oh, he did.
He was running 9th too.
Oh man. Kind of a heartbreaker. And I think, did Josh Parker make a little bit of contact there? I think
Yeah, he got into him. He got into him entering the corner.
Oh man. And Danny Hansen trying to capitalize.
Yeah, that's big for Hansen. He kind of wasn't really there for the fight, but
No,
now
he wasn't.
He's got the car right in front of him.
I think he, burned off his tires a little bit. Danny did, and might bring him back a little bit closer.
Yeah. That was another incident that helped Bussa, but Bussa is still 2 seconds back. 2.5 seconds back with 6 laps left. It's just not really. I don't think it's possible. It's just too much distance.
He needs more beating and banging to happen. That's just not really gonna happen.
Yeah, because the thing is, once he picks it up and starts passing these cars, then he starts overheating his tires. So even though he does have more tread on them, the tires are still very sensitive to heat, and I think we're starting to see him kind of lose his advantage.
Yeah. And Josh Parker looks like he's kind of gapped a little bit further away from Danny Hansen, so that transfer battle not quite as intense as it was earlier, but never know. This could be a run down the wire.
I think Josh is going to be content with running behind Cooley probably here.
I do believe so, yeah.
Also, when it comes to the battle for the lead, I think we were right. The Merchant did save a little, just enough to stay out in front because Mitchell Hunt caught him, but couldn't do anything with him, and the Merchant's actually pulled away a bit.
Anyway, here comes Blake Reynolds, though.
Yeah.
As we saw last run, I think it'll be too late, but he might get second here.
I just wanted to report that Matt Busa is withdrawn from the race.
He has.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. I don't know.
Yeah, so it was worth trying. I think he saw himself in 14th on the restart, and he kind of wanted to try something a little bit out of the box, but just too much saving. That there is such a thing as too much saving. You know, I think people think that whoever takes the best tires wins, but you still have to keep up pace, still have to keep up track position. It's not as easy as it looks.
These guys back here wish that it was the top 11 being taken because they are racing really hard for that.
No, yeah, they are. They've got an intense battle for 11th. Sadly, that says.
Oh, they're gonna hit. They're gonna wreck. They're
Is that gonna bring a yellow? I think it.
And that's a yellow, and it's gonna be a green white
He was
checker.
sitting right in the middle of the track. Danny Hansen, not the finish he wanted, but not a whole lot of options there. Got a car spinning in the middle of the track.
Overland just
track was clear. Chat, I don't know what you're seeing. The track was clearly not clear. We could have had
Overland. Overland said over the chat. Someone tell Busa y'all to 4 too soon.
Yeah, good
and
point.
he is so right about that.
He really is. Oh boy.
That pace track just went into turn 3 at 160. That was pretty cool.
Oh, I missed that.
We make sure we pay for the pace track with the biggest engines around here because this is powered by 900 horsepower. That includes the pace truck too.
We caught
now
that.
we just need.
Man, these guys might have to take off in 5th gear.
Yeah.
This is definitely not something I don't know if these guys practiced.
This is something that very few people have ever experienced. I think Ray, the 2010 race here, I think we had a caution and John Gorlinski stayed out on old tires. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
He tried to take off, and I think that's what the whole field's going to look like.
Yeah.
We apologize. I think we might have. Do we have Seth's number double stamped? I apologize. This is a really nice looking scheme for the Merchant.
The guys on this restart, the guys that are pretty safe, top 5, top 6, first 3 rows mainly, they're going to be conservative. Really, I don't see them race each other very hard, but really 7th on back, I think they're really going to have to fight here.
Yep, and this is one green-white checkered attempt. We want to clarify to everybody. Mitchell Hunt here in 2nd.
The last thing Josh Parker wanted to see.
Last thing the top 10 wanted to see, because
yeah, pretty much everyone.
They were all
but
solidified. They solidified their shot at it, and now it's all in jeopardy. Now Josh Parker really ran a good race, and he's got to fight once again. Gabriel Mauricio did a lot of practice races a couple months ago with me, month and a half ago, to iron out this setup. We really appreciate him coming out and helping with the event. And man, I'm telling you, he was coming on that long run, but competition's really tight here, and gonna wave around here, or a free pass. Blake Bryant in the field. Kyle Putz. We haven't called his name yet. Kyle back here in 21st. He said he was really happy to run this race, and it's a different view there.
I like the choice of paint scheme too.
Yeah, Jeff Burton scheme there. So Kyle's back in 21st. You know, hope is not completely out here, but Josh, we probably need to remind these guys how wild this will be. I'm sure everybody's aware, but a little emphasis never hurt.
I came over and reminded everybody at the beginning of the caution, just keep in mind of their tires age and all that. Lots of disappointment in the chat. People people wanted to see it go green to the end, but you know.
Yeah, we really did too, guys. But yeah, that was a situation there with Danny, and he was sitting in the middle of the track. So really, better safe than sorry, I suppose. That was right around 11th, 12th.
Yeah, if anything, probably would have seen a bigger wreck if it went green, because you have guys seeing people slowing down up there, rushing. They see maybe a top 10 chance, and they just, you know, gun it too hard. That could have been much worse.
And these guys need to gap out a little bit. They, you know, I understand if you're in the back, you want to do everything you can, but we're really probably not going to throw a yellow no matter what happens here, right, Josh? It's just like,
oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, we got to go green to the end.
Yeah, I pretty much told them, you know, keep it together, and unless it's like massive, we're probably not going to do anything here.
They're
just try and focus.
Doing good so far. Really,
looks like everyone made it.
Yeah, really.
3 wide.
Oh, Overland! Oh, Overland's loose.
Oh boy.
Chris Overland
He
fighting
is
hard.
Now he's in the Hornet's Nest. Now middle 3. This is not going to be good for him. Oh, Santi's up the track. Santi's going to spin. Nope, he saved it.
Yeah, and we got. Oh, what a battle for the transfer.
White flag. They're 3 wide.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Battle for the
man.
transfer.
Conrath is the 9 on the outside. He's got it. Josh Parker's barely got it right now. What move are we going to see from those 2 behind him?
Well, Josh restarted in the transfer spot. Oh, the 9 is going to be tight up. Oh, man, Josh is stuck behind here.
Also for the lead, Seth the Merchant didn't get the restart he needed. Mitchell Hunt might steal it. Look at Corey Carpenter, the outside.
Oh, man,
Oh, they're all
missing the
they're all
corner.
tight. They're all tight.
Josh Parker, Will Cooley.
Mitchell Hunt coming
This
to
is
take
a
the
finish.
checkered.
This is a finish.
Oh, they're wrecking. Will Cooley gets the final spot.
Oh, my. Oh,
Josh
my.
Josh Parker's out.
By 1.
I think that might
Corey
be a caution.
Carpenter won the race.
He did.
Yeah.
And it was a photo finish. We missed it on screen. I think
Parker
it was a little bit
Kligerman.
out of frame. We got a car
Wow.
stuck in the fence right here. In front of the
Chris-
camera. Let's
Parker Kligerman just came over the radio and said this was the greatest finish of a race he's ever been a part of.
That was something.
hold on, let's go back and take a look at this finish. Oh, we had to cover the transfer battle,
Yeah,
but
that whole last lap was incredible.
let's
That was
all right, let's
insane.
play the whole last lap from the lead here.
Mitchell, the Merchant got stuck on the bottom, had no drive off, so that let Mitchell Hunt and Corey Carpenter get by. Mitchell went to the bottom to protect, but Corey Carpenter just gunned it to the top.
He sent it. Oh my.
And it stuck as well. He's able to get to the right rear and everything.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. And then they're basically
Let's,
spinning coming to the line.
They are, and let's
Look how
let's go to TV2. No, maybe yeah, TV2 looks like it'll be a good shot.
look at Mitchell down there.
Oh,
McCandless
trying to
and
save
Overland
it.
wrecking.
Oh my goodness, and he gets
Oh
it.
man.
Hold on, we got to work the cameras a little bit, guys. We don't have a good angle of how close this finish was.
That was a close finish.
That was insane.
I can't believe it. What? And Mitchell's gonna go out of frame. Oh geez, we got some
Nice.
chance. Hold on, let's bring it a little.
The differential between Corey and Mitchell was 5/100ths of a second.
Oh my gosh, they're so far apart.
Yeah, Mitchell was just gunning it, and he went to the inside, and Carpenter's on the outside, so he gunned it to the wall.
There, right there.
Man.
Unreal. Like that's.
Well, we have 2 drivers there that were a part of that, whatever you'd call that at the finish there. Mitchell Hunt and Blake McCandless. What were your guys' views?
That right really quick. That was the furthest away photo finish I've ever seen. Hey Blake.
Well, here, I'll let Mitchell talk. Y'all have heard enough from me tonight. So
Oh, okay. Hey, Mitchell.
Hey.
Wow.
So I saw a lot of daylight in front of me the last lap, and then after that it was kind of just a lot of grass, Alpha 4, and a lot of tire spin.
Yeah, we see that. Oh my, wow, so close, Mitchell. Obviously just missing out on the Blue Emu care package that all the winners get this evening. But you did such a great job of managing your tires there at the end, and just did a really good job the whole race. It was pretty uneventful too. What else happened?
Yeah, there wasn't too much going on. That first run, I mean, I was way off compared to other people saving tires before. So once I got in the race and I kind of saw what other people were doing, that helped a bunch. I think towards the end of the first run, I was definitely a little bit quicker than I think it was Seth the Merchant, I think it was. I started running that middle groove in 3 and 4, and he ended up going up there and finding some speed, so it kind of just evened out there. And then in that second half of the race there, he got out to a big lead. I just tried saving a bunch more tires, and then I think with like 20 to go, I started kind of catching him a little bit, and I think it just kind of got the right rear a little hot, and I think I just kind of got stuck at about like half a second behind him there until that caution came out.
Well, we hate to see the caution, but wow, what a finish you guys put on. Thank you for that gift. I didn't know I didn't know I needed a Corey Carpenter, Mitchell Hunt faux finish, but I know I do now.
Who knows? I mean, it's how it goes sometimes. You just make the best of it when you can.
Everybody's sending it into turn 3 here. Let's really quick, Mitchell. We want to go back to this transfer battle. Will Cooley. Let's take a look. Zoom in here and see what Will had going on side by side with Parker. He knows he needs to beat Parker to the line. Clean.
At this point,
all the way.
They're both full throttle.
Yeah.
Did you give him the business at all, or no?
No, just clean to the line, and gosh, everybody.
And that one was another 5 or 6 100ths of a second difference.
Yeah.
Bad.
Gets through the carnage. A lot of backup cars in this one, guys. Wow.
Wow, a lot of contenders for that.
Oh my.
Oh, look at the guy the car getting wedged into a fence there in the background.
Oh,
I still don't know who that is.
Who is that guy? Let's telestrate if y'all can't see him back here. We've got a car on the fence. Let's
I hope they're okay.
I really do.
That was a hard hit.
Who was that? Sorry for the. We gotta find out who this is.
Well, we do have the race winner in here, Mr. Corey. How was that there?
That was a good move, wasn't it?
Corey, you got him, man! Corey, you got him!
Hey, I just want to point out I picked the winner.
Yeah, Ray really did. He picked you before the race started. So what a move, man! That was awesome.
That first run, I burnt my tires off really bad. Like, it was ridiculous how loose I was at the end. So I kind of saved, expecting cautions, and I actually practiced this. Once the tires get heat cycled and they cool off, you have so much more grip, and I don't think anybody else knew that. So I just sent it into turn 3, and it stuck both corners, both laps. It was moving my life for sure.
Yeah, and we're just showing the car getting stuck in the fence here. It's Jeremy. Man, tough break for Jeremy. Can you tell us about that final lap though? What was going through your mind there?
I expected Mitchell to block high. I never thought he would give me the high side with how well he was running it. I figured he would just, I was never going to go low. If he would have went high, I would have followed him. But he left me the spot, the hole, so I just sent it. And that was probably the hardest I drove into turn 3 the entire race. So
we're going to take a look at it right now on the video. Oh, wow. Really did drive it in deep there. And you got Seth the Merchant, probably not worried about him back there. Blake Reynolds, Blake McCandless back there, Overland. Were you worried about that last restart with the tires? I think I saw you key up a little bit.
I was a little worried. I didn't know if I wanted to start in second or third gear, but I trusted everyone, and like it was very easy to trust the guys around me. Those guys are the top of iRacing, so I wasn't worried about any wrecks happening on the restart. I was more worried about people in the back sending it and people mirror driving and overdriving and causing wrecks. But we raced it clean and green, and that's what you like to see.
Yeah, what a way to cap off the twins. Mitchell wheeling it to the line. Let's see, that was about you beat him by almost a car length. He went out of frame for us for this finish. We weren't sure what happened there.
I thought it was way closer than that. I got extremely loose, and if y'all deem I need a backup car, it's totally worth it.
Oh, well, you know what? I don't think we can send everybody to the back. I think that's mathematically impossible. So let's see here.
That right down very early. I don't know. It kind of came back out. It was a phantom hit, I guess. I didn't look at the damage afterwards. I was too busy just being
on board with Corey here.
My wreck was also a phantom hit.
Crash. Yeah, I don't know about that, Chris. Let's go take a look and see, Chris. Says. I think we saw Chris Overland with some issues here, folks.
Oh, Brian, I actually have to head out, but
okay.
I appreciate you letting me get to control the race from the jungle.
No, yeah. Well, we appreciate you coming in, and I'm glad you got your power back. That was going to be a challenge for me to call the race, and admin at the same time.
For sure. Well, I will see you guys tomorrow for the for those last chance qualifiers, and I will catch you all around.
All right. Thank you, Josh. Everybody say thank you to Josh in the chat. Did a good job with those yellows. Everybody's going to have an opinion about what should and shouldn't be a yellow. It's nothing new. If you're complaining about that, you know, you might be new to NASCAR. I mean, we're all humans. We all make mistakes. We're all inconsistent in what we think should be a yellow and what shouldn't. But I think overall did a great job. So thanks, Josh. And let's take a look at Chris Overland's onboard here.
I would really like for you to do it from the very start of the restart.
Okay.
Because I was spinning the tires at the top of fourth gear in the middle of 1 and 2. I don't know what happened to me. I just want to say, Corey, this is redemption for Pro, man. I was cheering you on the whole way. I saw you do that top move, and I knew I could pull it off too, so I threw it in there, and man, that was an exciting finish.
We also got Santiago Tires in here. Santi, you made it through there unscathed somehow.
Yeah, somehow. Chris spun the tire. I went bottom, tried to dig, and after that, just held on. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And, gosh, guys, I don't know. Who was the hardest wreck? I think it comes after the line here. Somebody's taking home a Blue Emu care package, but we got to determine that. Chris, is this going to be bad?
Kyle Putz land on me, but I already have a Blue Emu care package. Shout out to the guys at Blue Emu for sending me one.
Okay, let's take a look here. We got, man, Chris, you sent it into turn 1 on the last lap. Oh gosh.
Yeah, I was I think I was one of the only people who knew what Corey knew about that turn 3 move and the cold tires move. I cooled them off extra. And then down here in 3, we just said, you know what?
Let's go.
Gas it up.
Let's go. Oh, wheeling it.
It's kind of risky there, Chris.
Yeah, a little risky.
You could have got it stuck on the wall.
Nah, I didn't want to be like Mike Blake. Did we make it? Did we make it? Oh, Mike,
that's not a backup. He's fine.
Do you think that's a backup car worthy?
No, this is all, that was all Metro.
The whole top 10 goes to a backup. Except for like Corey.
Let's see, guys. I'm gonna have to make a ruling here. Chris Overland to a backup.
No, definitely not. The right front fender. It's all cosmetic, man.
You do have until Friday to work on it. Just, you know.
I could push that out, and then Kyle comes in here
and
fixes my hood.
Oh man, who's that? The
Blake's
green
flying. I think that was Alios.
I think we need a couple of Blue Emu care packages. I don't know if I can pick one person out of this whole mess. Oh, Kyle Putz flying in there. The O2, Blake Bryant.
Fixing the car. For the record, he fixed the car.
Okay. Wow. this all came after the line, so not too many positions swapped hands, but it gives us some fun things to look at, and we gotta find out who wins our Blue Emu care package. So if got any nominations, feel free to put them in the chat.
Might need a poll of some sort because this is a tough decision.
I want to give an apology to Josh Parker there. Me and him raced really hard, and it's been a long time since I've raced Josh, since these cars were, the flagship car on the service. And I tried that turn 3 move when I was in the middle, and it did not stick as well. And I ran him way up the track, and he ended up missing it because of it. So just want to shout out to Josh. After all these years doing the NASCAR heat thing, he still got it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say real quick, Blackford, this is the most fun I've had on iRacing the entire year. And that's, I mean, it's really not a high bar for me because I just haven't enjoyed oval racing, but it felt amazing to run the second lane and make a pass doing it. And this event is amazing, and I've been begging for something. I've been begging for something like this for years, so I'm glad you're finally putting it on, and iRacing putting the money behind it. It's awesome.
Yeah, and shout out to iRacing for putting out the money. I know that they're at the mercy of what real life does sometimes, and they got to simulate their simulator. But I think Ollie Osmond might be a contender here for this care package. Hard hit.
Blake.
Yeah, about that green car flipping over and over. Oh, look at that Sprite machine. Oh, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blake, you want to make a case here?
Blake might have got the most air.
Yeah, we had a pretty hard hit after the line right there.
That's a 66 car coming in the frame. Oh my goodness. You guys all have backup cars, right?
I thought about just running into you, Blake, but then I was like, no.
We kind of did a little synchronized slide there to the line. I kind of, figured the same thing. I knew the high side restart was going to be so good, and I mean, we went from 8th, and honestly, I felt like I was really babying that restart. We really could have had something. I just didn't want to make anything too aggressive. But yeah, off that last corner, I knew you'd be up there sliding and not lifting, and I was sliding and not lifting. You see Parker right here; he's seesawing at the wheel the whole time. Oh man!
Right in the Kyle puts.
Corey said earlier, this is probably the most. I think you owe us 86 T-shirts, Brian, because I am drenched. I think everybody is.
Yeah, I'm sweating.
Yeah.
I took my shirt off.
I still am. I ran the first one.
I mean, I hope you hydrated before this one, but this is the most fun I've ever had, probably on here. The incredible job. This was so much fun.
Well, we just wanted to make it. Like, this is just kind of like a podcast as the race is happening, and we make a lot of mistakes. As you guys saw, we're not perfect, and we missed the photo finish really with a camera that was too zoomed in because Mitchell was off in the dirt. But appreciate all the compliments, and we'll try to follow through with more cool events this week and try not to screw up any of the server settings because that was super stressful today.
Shout out to the drivers in that second race, by the way. I don't know what happened, how many incidents y'all didn't throw a yellow for, but going green the entire race was impressive.
It was really nothing.
I didn't know if there was that one, Ebenezer Scrooge out there in the chat the whole race either, but as somebody who participated in that, that was great.
Yeah, we had, there's a few that were close. We could have called a caution for Raja. I feel bad for Raja. He kind of got damaged early, but looks like Landon Huffman coming across the line. Looks like, where did Landon finish? 22nd, not quite good enough. But it is what it is. We're just trying to have fun, and we're not gonna be overly concerned about. I think for the majority of us had a lot of fun, and we're looking to do more of it. Chris, you're gonna get another Blue Emu care package. No, you can't. That's
no. I revoked my rights.
Not allowed to. I do think that you earned it, but we're gonna have to give it probably to, I think, Ollie Osmond, the Sprite machine. Blake, you're also in the running for this. I think it's kind of between Ollie and you. So
I would really like for you to show that lap 27 battle with me and Blake Reynolds where we made contact.
We caught it. We caught it. But we can go back actually. Let's we can go back.
I can't believe I saved it.
Me and Chris doored at some point during that race too.
Yeah, on the front
I
stretch.
was wondering what the heck you guys are doing, because like, I was like, Blake's probably on TeamSpeak with you guys. I didn't know if he was or not, but I thought you guys were
Yeah, I
working.
saw you guys save that in my mirror, and I was like, well, their tires are dead. We're good now.
All right,
You know, it's funny. My tires were worse at the second run than they were the first one.
all right. What lap did that happen on?
Lap 27.
27. Oh yeah, 34.4. Take a look here.
I'm lucky I got Dale on my helmet because wow. I don't know. I haven't talked to Blake. Blake didn't apologize to me, so I'm pretty salty about that. But I never got back to him. So right here I go to make a move on Mitchell, and I don't know if Blake knows or not. And he kind of sent her in there.
Oof.
And then yo.
That's just racing.
That's just good racing, man.
My stuff would be in
Nothing
the
to
fence.
apologize there.
It definitely worked out better for Blake, so his
Short
tires
track
are still
racing.
fine.
Yeah,
short track
Blake's strategy was interesting about how much he saved. Well, he's in the green room. You want to pull him in?
Oh yeah, let's pull him in.
Let him hash it out.
Yeah, let's
Oh.
cage match.
Yeah.
It's a bit spicy here.
Oh, I have to pull him in.
That's
And
just
there's a
800
fight.
horsepower.
Blake Reynolds is jumping on top of Chris Overland. They're swinging.
That's just 800 horsepower racing.
It really is. Blake, are you there?
Yes.
Hey, Blake. Yeah, you and Chris are gonna fight, right?
Well, I was mad at him in the race.
There's a fight.
Let's take a look at the replay.
I looked at the replay, and I really could not see Mitchell because I thought Mitchell got a
okay.
run off the top,
Yeah, you can't really see him in this shot.
and then I thought you
Oh.
were blocking me, and then
Oh,
and
I
and
think
I
we're-
said some words I cannot say on Brian Blackford's stream. But
Wow.
I tried my best. I stayed on the brake. I didn't run you over like other people would.
Yeah, worked out.
We're still fighting. No, I'm just kidding. You are forgiven. That was awesome.
But I could have won the thing if you didn't hold me up.
Yeah, no, I held you up because you didn't say sorry.
I mean, I started 27th. I think if about 26 other cars wouldn't have held me up, I think I could have had a shot at it.
I mean, that spin car did kind of spin.
I think I could have won it. Oh wait, I did.
Oh.
Wow.
Just kidding.
Damn. Well, that's what happens when Ray says you're gonna win. Every time I'm in a spot to win, Ray's like, "Nah, Chris can't get it."
Man.
Well, I wasn't wrong.
Man, I was so mad. I just full throttled the outside on those old tires and just went around.
Yeah, man, what a race, guys.
It was fun.
I think that might conclude our broadcast for this evening. I mean, we can talk more if you guys want. I don't want to shut anybody up. We got 116 people watching. But oh, hold on. We got a reminder popping up. We've got the last chance triplets coming up tomorrow. So anybody who didn't make it in tonight, welcome to come back, try again.
Look at those graphics. It's better than real NASCAR.
Josh
Those
Parker.
lower thirds, man.
Yeah. We take the graphics seriously, but I guess we don't take anything else seriously.
Yeah, the racing and the graphics better than real NASCAR. You heard it here first.
Wow. Compliment. And we've got the hard to drive 300 coming up
So
on Friday.
So Brian, can you explain what the triples are and how many cars transfer?
Yeah, that's
Explain
a
the form.
good question. So last chance triplets are going to be 60 laps each. We're going to have cautions turned off. We'll have an admin caution at lap 15. And everybody's welcome to take their one and only set of tires on that comp caution or save it, if they want to. But there won't be a caution after that comp caution lap 15. So, yeah, that's going to be a little bit strategic. 60 laps. Going to go by quick. So they'll be at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and... Oh, I'm sorry, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I tell you what, it was a bit of a workout. My right foot is not used to half throttling anymore, so there you go.
I am pooped.
And this is all to make it to the Hard to Drive 300, folks. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Any last words from anybody?
Bugs.
Okay.
Thank you, Brian. That was fun.
Eddie Ball.
Forward to the race on Friday.
All right. Cool. Let's rate somebody.
Ford
Raid bottom split.
Raid
Is he
Ford
live?
Racer.
Well, he rated earlier. I feel bad if we don't raid bottom split, actually, because he rated us.
Yeah, raid him. He's racing Garrison Hogan. Maybe we'll see payback.
Ooh.
All right, we'll repay the favor here to Bottom Split. Thank you so much, Bottom Split, for raiding us, we had 350 people watching at one point, so that's they like seeing you guys race. So come back tomorrow. Let's see, and all the gifted
The way
subs.
you said "come back" reminded me of Jeb Bush saying "please clap."
Landon Castle gifting 10 subs. Derek Justice, Kevin King gifting subs. Derek Justice gifting 10 as well. Kevin King with 5. Jason Fellenbaum with a lot of gifted bits. Kimmy, of course, in the chat. 3 wide. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for that. It helps me not lose as much money for this one. Paying off that $500.
All the proceeds go to Brian Blackford Hair Growth Program.
No.
Oh my.
No, it goes.
I want to thank our sponsor. Whatever it is you put on your hair, grow hair.
It goes.
I can't think of it. A wig. Sponsors a singular wig.
Where's my webcam? See, you can see. I look fine. There's nothing wrong with being bald. I'm beautiful.
That is a sexy man right there.
That is.
You better
might
rate
not-
somebody before we
you
get
might
to
not
you.
like it.
Yeah, we're
That
gonna
is
not
peak
have anybody
performance.
left for bottom split here, guys. Oh my god.
That is peak performance.
Okay, raid bottom split.
Rogaine, by the way.
All right.
Oh, Rogaine.
Peace
Yeah.
out, guys. See you tomorrow.
I was
3
gonna say
wide.
Nair.
Thank you for the bits. All right, we'll see you guys over there. Let's see what bottom split's up to. 77 viewers. Perfect. Love it. All right, bye y'all.
Bye, chat.
Joe Rogaine.